go. Oh. Hi, welcome back to Street Play. For real, we're playing D&D. I'm Josh. I'm going to be the DM. And we have four players who are extremely excited to be here, subjecting themselves to my torture for the next couple of hours. I'm going to run around the table real quick and introduce themselves. They will introduce themselves. We'll start right here.
Alright, I am Nella. I like RPGs a lot, so D&D's dope, and I made a paladin.
You done?
Yeah, I'll let him go.
I'm Jason. I'm playing Half Elf Warlock, Hexblade main with Pact of the Blade. Not min-maxing at all. I love RPGs also, so I'm learning from Josh how to DM. Yeah.
Sweet.
Oh, cool. I'm Annie. I'm playing a Tabaxi rogue, and I've never played D&D before. And I play a lot of MMOs.
Excellent.
My name's David. I've only played like 2 campaigns of D&D. Today I'm playing a character named Ophelia Tanks. I go by OT. I'm a Genasi monk. OT Genasi.
OT Genasi. Okay. What flavor Genasi are you doing?
Water Genasi.
Water Genasi. Spectacular. Awesome. Okay, guys. So we spent a little time creating characters, and I think everybody is ready to go. Yeah. Awesome. So then, let's get started. So your characters arrive in front of the town of Duran as part of a caravan. The caravan is full of migrants, mostly tradespeople, blacksmiths, merchants of all sorts, tailors, the sort. And you happen to be the rare adventurous sort that's a part of this traveling wagon train. As you come up to the town of Duran, which is on the fringes of the Empire of Chal, you are greeted by rough-hewn wooden walls and 4 guards and a bureaucrat standing out in front of the gates. And as the wagon rolls through, the bureaucrat is basically standing at the gate asking each person to name themselves and writing it down, seemingly taking note of everyone that's part of the caravan, and then passing them through into town. As your group moves forward, the guards stop the caravan briefly. Bureaucrat steps up and with his quill and parchment in hand, simply says, "State your name." And he stares with quill in hand, waiting to write.
Hello, I am Gartanga.
Gartanga.
Yes.
I'm Meowny.
I'm Nella.
Nella.
Name's Ophelia.
Ophelia. Alright, you can pass through. So, with no, surprisingly, no cross interaction from this group, you pass right on into town. Caravan rolls through, and as you enter town, you're struck by several things. Number one, it is a very rough town. You know that it's existed for about the last 5 years. But it looks like it was thrown up in a couple of days. And the there's not much that speaks to any level of wealth anywhere that you can see. As the caravan rolls up and rolls into town, people start to sort of disperse from it and head towards various locations in town. Some of them to stores where they already have work, some to secure lodgings, some towards the center of town, where it's been stated that there might be a tavern as well as a posting board where jobs might be found for those that don't have them. In the center of town is not very far away, and you can see kind of a small gathering of people that already exists there. So what would you like to do?
So, are we in like a little traveling group?
The four of you you came in together effectively because you were basically the only unskilled laborers that existed, more of an adventurer than any sort of like I said, skilled laborer.
I sneeze because I'm allergic to cats, and I say "fucking Khajiits." That's my first thing.
That's the first thing he does.
Achoo!
Okay, that happens.
And I sneeze very loudly, and I just that's
Okay.
what's
He
happening.
shows the discomfort of your presence.
Yes,
Oh.
I'm discomforted by her fur.
You find her fur offensive.
Yes.
Oh.
So now you must.
Question: have these people seen a Genasi before?
So, as the caravan that came to Duran from Chal, which is where it originated, you were basically the winners of a lottery. Because of overcrowding, the Empire had begun to hold bi-monthly lotteries where the winners were part of the expansion of the Empire, which means they were loaded up into wagons and sent to the fringes of the frontier to begin settling areas that could actually handle more people. So what you've got in Duran are effectively everybody that has managed to win that lottery.
Right.
Oh boy.
So it's like,
Okay.
woohoo, I
Wow.
got you.
I've been traveling for a while. I'm pretty hungry. I pat the human on the back because he's the only race that comforts me so far.
Yeah.
I'm like, why don't we go get some food?
Like, hey, that sounds pretty
Can
good.
I give him a piece of cloth to cover up his face so he stops sneezing?
Okay, you can absolutely give him a piece of
Okay,
cloth.
when I give you a piece of cloth so you can stop
That's
sneezing.
pretty nice for you.
I
cat
toss
lady.
it aside because I don't accept anything from strangers.
Yeah, the half elves.
Can I give it to the human so that he can give it to the sneezing fool over here?
Can I get some food, please?
Absolutely.
Let's go get some food.
So would you like to
Yeah, we're
head
definitely-
towards the center of
Yes.
town
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
then? And what is your
Well, I'm pretty standoffish, so I'm gonna keep my distance from the other people and make my way slowly up to the center of the town.
towards the center of town as well? Okay. Well, as you were told, there is a tavern / inn in the middle of the town, and you start heading that way. Yeah, there is. You are welcome to move your characters on the map if it makes you feel good. There is
Like the noise we
absolutely
were making?
nothing there right now. I love the sound effects.
I'll walk kind of
Such
behind.
a big fan of the sound effects already.
But I'll let
Yeah,
you
I'll walk
know.
behind until they stop sneezing.
Yeah. So
Oh,
she's
no.
keeping her
Fair
distance
enough.
So you're gonna sneeze, and he's like, I might as well go. You're the only people I know. All right.
Okay. So as you're heading towards the center of town, two things strike you. Number one, you see a sign roughly carved in what looks like just a big piece of raw cut wood, and it's just got the word the fat pig scrawled in it. The other thing that strikes you is the collection of people that you saw kind of gathered in town are mostly gathered around what appears to be a well in the center of the city. And several of them are looking down into it.
What's the weather like?
The weather is clear. It's slightly cloudy, but for the most part, it's relatively comfortable.
Is it hot?
It's not hot at all. No, it's imagine an actual comfortable spring day in Georgia. Yeah, mid-70s, low humidity. You know.
Well, I would like to go check out the well.
Me
See
too.
why everyone's looking down it.
I work for the coin, and I sense the coin where the well
Where
is.
the well is. Well.
So all four of you head towards the well.
Yes,
You
but
know what?
Nice sound.
For real? Okay, so let's go ahead and do this.
Yay!
Right?
We like moving.
So,
Yeah.
Well, that's a big well.
damn, that's a lot bigger than I intended it to be too.
sometimes you just
Sometimes it just happens.
sometimes you just let everybody see the well at once.
Everybody can see the well.
It's okay. Oh,
good.
fancy.
Oh, damn.
It was
That's
take
the
one down
first.
there, right?
It used to be an adventure until we took a
Maybe we
napkin
don't
to
want
the
to go
knee.
to the well.
A napkin to the knee. Oh my
It
goodness.
just got blown away by
Right.
a giant.
The
Oh,
giant that
that's-
came out of the well.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's about a 5 foot by 5 foot well.
Gotcha.
Do you feel better about this?
That's awesome.
Okay. Cool.
I stand like in the distance, so I'm listening to the villagers rather than staring in the well.
I'm
Okay.
standing behind
So you're just kind of listening to what's going on.
OT.
Yes, because
Okay.
I don't like doing the grunt work.
Give me a perception check.
Definitely not.
The
Wait.
first dice roll.
First dice roll of the season.
Wait, just him?
Go. Just him.
14 plus. Where's perception? Plus 4, 18.
Okay. So
What does that mean?
you hear a lot of grumbling and whispering going on. Okay. There are several things that catch your attention though. First and foremost, the two guards that are standing closest to the well, peering down it, and you make them out to be guards because they're dressed in the same livery as the four that were at the front gate. But they're kind of muttering to each other. I don't see anything, but I know I heard a scream, and we found Vi's mule. Surely, you think he just fell in, or? And then the other one responds as, I mean, he could have. He's always drunk. And then you hear the townspeople around there. These idiot guards think he fell in. Look at the drag marks. And you can see where several of them are actually gesturing towards what look to be where two boots have been dragged through the dirt to the edge of the well. And with that 18 perception check, you do notice traces of blood that are on the edge of the well and just on the interior of the stone where it's built up. That is what you notice.
That's what he noticed.
That's what he
He
notices.
notices. We're just looking.
Alright, I'm gonna push through the crowd of people and look down the well myself.
Okay. Push all the way through. Look down the well yourself. You are a water genasi. You look down into the well. Give me a perception check.
14, 15.
A 15. Okay. So looking down into the well, first you do notice the traces of blood as they trickle down the interior of the stone.
Thank you.
I would love to put that on Hans.
You need to be heard. People need to hear you.
People need to
Can they hear the rest of us fine?
Yeah. You also notice that it is dried, and with that perception check, you assume that it's probably at least half a day old. Now, unfortunately, due to the depth of the well, you really can't make out in the darkness as well. You really can't make out a whole lot below about 20 to 25 feet down. So you can't see the water surface.
I asked the people next to me, what are we looking for here exactly?
So the people around you, you see a mixture of people. Several half elves. You see a number of halflings, dwarves, elves. You do not see any other genasi. You do not see any other tabaxi. You do see a number of other humans as well. Is there any particular person or?
I'll ask the half elf.
Ask a half elf.
To my right.
Okay. Give me a persuasion check.
Quick question while you do that. What's your preferred alignment for your character?
Me?
Like your demeanor, like your alignment.
I haven't thought about it.
It's fine. I was just wondering if you had.
What's yours?
My persuasion is 17.
17. Okay. So, with that persuasion check, the half elf looks over at you and he's like, "These idiot guards, they're suggesting that Vi just fell in and we shouldn't worry about it. There's no way to get him out right now. They want us to wait until the next guard shift comes on in 3 hours. But if he fell in, then why won't they go down? This makes no sense. And looking around here, there are obvious marks that something dragged Vi in that well."
Vi? Who's Vi?
Vi's an old farmer. He got sent out here with one of the first caravans 5 years ago when they set this outpost up. And he's been out here farming wheat for the whole 5 years. But the only thing consistent about Vi is he comes into town every night, or every day, right before the sun goes down, and then rides his mule right back out to his farm at sunup.
So I heard that interaction, and I go over to buddy. Backward was just chilling, man, and I'm like, okay, they just said, and I repeat all of that stuff to him, and I'm like, what did you see while you was back here?
Oh, I see a sense of adventure. Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
Like
so,
keeping my secrets.
so I try to look for where the tracks began.
You look for where the tracks began. Okay.
So wherever that is.
Because we heard the conversation.
Yeah, we heard the conversation, so I'm like trying to figure out where the tracks began. I'm looking around to see where the tracks
Right. Let's give me an investigation check, please.
4 plus 1, 5.
A 5. Okay. So as you're looking around, you see hundreds upon hundreds of footprints, just from where the townspeople have been walking through, because this is the actual center of town. It's not a large town, and every person that has come into this town and every person that leaves this town goes through this space. Long story short, you have absolutely no idea where one set of tracks begins and another ends.
Wonderful.
Can I approach the guards?
Absolutely.
Persuade them to tell me what else they know?
Okay. So what would you like to say?
Good afternoon, gentlemen. I am Lord Vagar of Respawn Chairs.
Wow. Keep going.
I am here on a mission sent from another kingdom across the land, and I sense injustice. I would like to know so I could send my knights out to help whatever this unjust doing is.
Give me a deception check.
Deception check? Okay.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a Tony.
I would like to walk up to the guard as well.
Low rollers club.
Rollers Club.
Wait. Deception, right?
Mm-hmm.
3 plus 5, 8.
Okay.
Lord Vagar of Respawn Chairs. Lord Vagar.
Okay. So both of the guards look up at you as you start this monologue, and the deeper you go, the more incredulous the look becomes on their face. From, you said you're from Respawn Chairs?
Respawn Chairs.
Respawn Chairs.
Yes, Respawn Chairs. It's one word.
I've never heard of it before. Is it in the Empire?
No. It's far away.
Far away. Far away.
It's far fetched.
Did he just change his accent?
Do we look completely stupid?
I'm sorry, I lost my memory. I'll come back another time when I...
Wait. What? So where exactly does Respawn Chairs exist?
In my head.
In your head?
Yes. You see, I'm an author. I'm looking for these marks so I can write in my mystery book.
Marks.
Okay, so the whole time they're talking, I'm gonna steal something from the guard.
You want to pick the guard's
God.
Oh my god!
Okay,
Roll that.
so go ahead and give me a sleight of hand.
100% enjoying this.
But why?
She just wants to rob people. That's it. That's how a real crew do.
Already?
Yeah.
Already?
He was like, hey, you just messed all kinds of ups up.
Oh shit, is this combat?
God.
Well, Rob's
All right,
about
which
it.
one is you're the
Yes,
this one? You're the tiefling.
I'm Lord Vagar of Respawn Chairs.
Okay, so at this point, these two guards have faced this way. This is you, correct?
No,
Or is
that's
it-
me.
That's me. So I'm gonna
She's
I'm
gotta
guessing
be
look at
over
the
there
tracks
because,
behind me.
yeah, everyone else.
Okay,
So the tracks are on this side?
Yeah, let's put the tracks on this side then.
well, the tracks.
Well, okay, I'm
you
walking
have,
around.
So you have absolutely no idea where the tracks are at. The tracks that you saw, those drag marks, actually come right through here.
Okay, so I was over here and I'm walking around trying to figure it out, and then I see an opportunity to steal something.
Okay.
So my bad habits have come back.
Bad habits, indeed. Okay, so the first thing I need from you is going to be.
We gotta fight. We gotta fight.
Yeah, okay. Give me a sleight of hand check.
Oh, so I just
So you're just going to ease straight up to him and just try to pick his pocket.
Which one?
the fat one.
The fat one?
Yeah, because we need monies. So
Oh,
try to steal some
no.
money for food.
The reason for the theft is so unfortunate.
Oh no!
Manage a whole lot of different things.
Oh no!
4 plus 7.
Oh, it's
Clowns.
11?
11.
I'm not
Oh,
Wait,
shit.
plus my 3 dexterity here?
No, that's already figured into your 7.
Okay, so 7.
Yeah.
So 11.
Yeah, it is 11.
She just put her whole hand in
I
his pocket.
sneeze.
What?
I
Why you gonna
sneezed.
ruin it?
Okay.
Because I'm allergic
So-
to you.
I didn't. Oh, yeah.
You ease up to the guard.
Why did you
And-
give him the
You begin to fumble around
Huh?
to try to pick his pocket. And this is probably the least dexterous attempt you've ever made at picking something's pocket. However, luckily for you, the guards seem completely enthralled with the bullshit line that is coming from Lord Vagar of Respawn Chairs, and they do not notice. Unfortunately, you are unable to actually get inside any pockets to pick.
Did I see this?
Make a perception check. Are you trying to hide this? I would
So
assume.
I'm doing it for the good of the group.
19.
Okay, that's a 19. You know what? Give me a stealth roll because you're going to be trying to hide this from absolutely everyone else anyway.
Is that a 9?
Yeah.
A 9 plus stealth? 9 plus 3.
12. Okay, you absolutely see it.
Ophelia just like that.
Okay, so yeah, that happened.
Okay.
Okay.
You absolutely do notice that it happened as well.
Okay. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that information.
Okay, well then I just walk away and start investigating the traffic.
Okay.
She's like,
So Lord Magar of Respawn Chairs put on a hat and is going on a rant about how he's an author looking to write.
A hat.
Yes.
What kind of hat?
Like one of those, like a wizard hat, but like it splits in half.
Put on your wizard robes and hat.
Yes. So I talk about how I'm an author, and I'm pointing out the blood on the well to the guards, and I say I need more to write my mystery novel about the land.
You need more blood?
No, I need more evidence, info. Yes.
Okay, so that's not total bullshit. Let's make a persuasion check now.
I need.
What was that?
It was a 2.
It was
It was a
no,
2.
It's an actual 2.
Yes.
It's not a 1 plus a 1.
No. 2 plus 3. It's a 5.
Okay, it's a 5. All right. So you've lost the guards with the Vagar of Respawn Chairs line, unfortunately, and they're not interested at this point. They're not. Yeah, they're not biting on anything that you're selling right now, and they turn back to the well, kind of muttering to each other. Swear to God, these get crazier and crazier the more these caravans come out of towns. You'd think they'd at least send us some useful people to try to keep this thing running.
Okay, well, I finally found the right tracks.
You don't get to just find the right
Oh
tracks.
man, well, I turned around and I saw some
gotta keep
other
doing
interesting
it.
ground
Well,
tracks.
another investigation.
I would like to walk up to this guard.
Oh,
Walk up
okay.
to that guard.
Let's
Yeah,
go. Let's
right
go.
by the well. Put my right hand on his back.
Okay.
Hey, darling. I see there's something going on here. How can I help? That's it.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, 19 plus 1, 20.
Okay. Well, the guard looks up at you for a moment, kind of taken aback, but then smiles and says, "Well, honestly, we're just waiting for the next ship to come in." He kind of says this under his breath, hoping nobody else hears. Something would pull this guy down into the well, and we're not going down there.
Something pulled?
Yeah, it happened in the dark last night or early this morning. Everybody knows Vi goes home after he runs out of coin once he's drunk. And, well, we found his mule, and he gestures over to one of the posts, and you see a mule tied off to it. It's just kind of standing there. And, well, you can see the drag marks right here, and he kind of points down at the drag marks. And as this loudmouth buffoon over here just pointed out, there's blood on the inside of the well. So we're pretty sure something's happened, but the two of us are not going down this well, and, well, everybody else is on post out at the front receiving the new caravan.
I can understand your hesitancy to go down. I go down there for you for a little side cash.
They don't exactly pay us a lot. We're guards on the edge of nowhere.
Oh, come on. I'll let you take all the credit for it. Listen, I get some little cash. Maybe you get a promotion.
So, Vi was known to have a particularly nice
Specifically a belt buckle and a jeweled dagger.
A jeweled dagger.
I don't know how he came by those before he came out here, but on the well, and he's at the bottom of it, and finders keepers, and if something dragged him down, then
again, if it tracked him down, he doesn't have any use for him anymore, so finders keepers. But unfortunately, I don't have the coin or the authority to authorize any sort of thing.
How about a meal?
You want me to buy you dinner?
Don't you want to spend the night with a pretty lady like me?
Make a persuasion check.
6.
Well, I have to say you're not exactly my type, and I'm a married guard.
She doesn't have to know.
I will have to pass. But if you want to go down and take care of this, and the townsfolk will get off of our backs, and I'm more than happy to buy you a meal afterwards at the Fat Pig.
Fat Pig. That's that tavern over there, right?
Yeah, it is.
What's the most expensive item on the menu?
I see what kind of character you are.
Well, there's
Say no more. And I jump in.
you jump.
I jump in.
We jump straight in.
Yep.
So I was sneaking up and listening to their entire conversation.
Okay.
So
Perception
you
check.
in.
There we go.
So you sneak up to try to get a listen
Uh-huh,
at
uh-huh.
what's happening, and
He's
all of a
leaping.
sudden you just straight leap in.
Wow, that's crazy.
Whoa!
Oh shit.
Camera
Wow, that's
behind you.
more
That
crazy.
actually happened, y'all.
Okay, I didn't know this.
Here, so let's do this
Oh, it's right by your
because
foot. It's
I
right
do
by-
have a dice tray here specifically for
It's
this.
right in front of your right foot, though.
Is the camera okay?
So I'm gonna be 100%.
Sorry, my bad.
No, you're good.
I'm gonna be 100% honest. I just watched this man leap.
You just watch this
I just watched this
I'm,
woman.
I'm a woman.
No, right.
just watched
I
this
just
woman
watched
leap
this
into
woman
a damn
leap
well.
into a well. I'm like, Kitty, what just happened? Look, what happened, cat? So now I gotta see if you heard it. I just yelled, what just happened?
Oh well,
To
what
the
number did
cat.
I roll?
Oh, we can't
I'm
tell.
just kidding. I just rolled this one. 15.
15.
15?
Plus perception.
Mhm.
Plus 2. 17.
So you hear every part of that conversation.
I yell, what happened, cat, to you, because
Okay.
one of our team just jumped in.
Am I dead?
He did know that.
Okay, so I'll give you two an opportunity to react here before.
I said, what happened, cat? Because I saw you walk up to it.
I said, I did a magic trick.
Oh, no.
She was here and she is gone. Lord Vagar of Respawn Chairs.
What the fuck?
What is happening?
Very funny.
Holy hell.
I completely
Okay,
ignored
so
that.
you first, let's go ahead and
How long
get
your legs
through a,
This is crazy.
how do I wanna do this?
How much health you got?
Dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh, shit.
Wait, what dice do I
That's a D20.
That's D20.
Go ahead and hit
You throw it against your save.
10.
Plus.
What is your dexterity modifier? Plus
My
2?
dex modifier is +2, yes.
Okay, so that's going to be a 12. Okay. So you dive down. Okay. You just run over and you just leap down into this well. And as you're going down, two things strike you quickly. Number one, the side of the wall. Number two, it turns from stone to rough-hewn dirt really fast. So this was hand dug, and it was never shored up. And you hit every rock and root and leftover piece of
Garbage.
just buried millennia past on the way down. You fall approximately 35 feet where you hit the surface of the water. Luckily for you, it is a deep well. So the only damage that you incur is the 3 bludgeoning damage that you take as you bounce down the well.
Oh, no. Oh,
I yelled to you though.
Yes,
you
you
never
hear it.
answered.
16.
You hear the "Hello, are you okay?" from up above.
Don't jump down, guys.
Okay.
I mean, darling.
Okay, so then I look at those two and I say bye bye, and then I climb down.
You're gonna climb down.
Yeah, with my 20 feet climbing speed.
Yep. I see that.
That's
Okay.
like-
So
oh.
make that will be. We will call that an acrobatics.
So do I roll?
We'll call that an acrobatics check.
6
A 6. Okay.
total.
So
She's being close.
So you climb over the edge and you begin to try to climb down. Unfortunately, you can't really find any purchase with your claws in that first stacked stone, and you immediately slip and fall. I need a dexterity saving throw.
A dexterity.
Yep.
So while she's falling on her neck.
Oh, 12 plus 3.
15.
15.
Perfect. Okay, so you bounce and careen all the way down, but as you're sliding down, you have the presence of mind and the feline agility to and to kick yourself off into relative safety, and then you splash down into the water and you take no damage.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, so,
Meowny coming in hot.
so I
That would have been smart.
Meowny coming in.
All right, what do I see down here?
So you're in the water.
With Meowny.
Yep, you've both fallen down. I mean,
Oh yeah, I look at him and I'm like, the cat and the water siren just jumped in the freaking well. I don't know what we're about to do, but
I look down at my clothes
Oh.
and I'm like, oh, these are new. But I guess they do need washing, so I jump down as well.
you're just gonna straight jump in. Okay. Well, I think at this point you know the drill.
Okay.
Dexterity saving throw.
Oh, nat 20!
Nat 20.
First nat 20 of the year.
There we go.
Serious?
So
this is literally the
Lord
last week of the
Vagar
year.
of Rispon Chairs walks over to the edge, and
Sorry, Siri.
Lord Vagar of Rispon Chairs walks up to the edge of the well, steps up on it, and with a flourish,
Yeah.
hops straight down and just completely torpedoes towards the bottom. Now, I would like for you
Oh
both
God.
to make dexterity saving
Exactly
throws.
what's gonna happen. Somebody getting hurt.
Okay, 13.
A 13.
I need to get you that shit.
Yeah.
That's 7.
7.
Uh-huh.
Hey,
I'll just see you later.
I'll play that back, please.
What,
A 4.
what number was it?
Got a 4.
It's a 4.
You got hit with the most
Okay.
amount of damage
So-
you could.
As you break the surface, you look up just in time to see booted feet that slam into your
Right
face,
into your face.
and you take 4 damage.
Oh, what
Holy
the?
shit.
So do I do -4 here?
Yep,
Yeah.
So I'm at 5 health?
you are at 5.
Stupid
total.
boots!
Sorry, these are designer.
So at this point,
My entire
you
team.
stated
My
you've said
entire
things.
team.
Yo, me.
You've watched.
My entire team just jumped.
The guards look at each other and they're like, "These Americans are straight crazy." They really don't know what to make of what just happened. And now they're kind of looking around, wondering if somebody else is going to go next.
I'm looking like I'm holding my face, and I'm like, cocaine a hell of a drug. And then I jump in.
You're jumping as well?
It's all my team gone. I rolled an 18 plus 11.
All right, so you go straight in, following Lord Vagar of Wrist
No,
Punch
my
Hair's
name's Gartanga.
Gartanga. Following
Yeah, he
Gartanga's.
lied.
No, I know he
Oh,
lied.
yeah.
That's why it was a deception roll.
Right.
I'm getting too much joy out of Vagar. So you follow his lead, and just straight torpedo towards the bottom.
Sweet.
I need. So you are on the bottom at this point, because he is his feet have crashed into your face. I need saving throws from both of you.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god! Oh no!
Oh no, where's my?
And he's dead.
All right.
That's crazy.
So you take 3 and you take 3.
I don't have that many hands to lay on.
Alright, I'm hurting. I'm hurt.
We get some heals?
I'm hurt.
We're gonna have to figure it out.
Shit, why are you so fat?
I got heavy armor on.
And so the 4 of you find yourselves in the bottom of this well. It is about.
It's a good deal wider at this point in the bottom. And the water is it's cold. But for right now, that's about the extent of it. You know that it's deep because none of you have actually touched the bottom.
So we're just floating there.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I'll do lay on hands 3, 2. I don't know
Where?
which of you guys.
Me?
Where are they
Who
going?
got hurt?
All of us.
I am
They all
hurt.
took damage.
Who's the most hurt?
I mean, at this
I'm
point,
not gonna give you numbers, but I'm hurt.
Well, I mean,
I need healing.
Yeah, me
tell,
too.
huh?
I need healing.
I mean, you would have to.
I need it.
I mean,
That's
you
right.
you are literally blind. So if nobody says anything, yeah,
As
you.
Lord
I forgot.
Vagar.
Yeah, it's dark. Never mind. I can't see y'all. I'm not
Yeah.
healing y'all yet. I'm not healing y'all until we get out.
Alright,
Because
so
I can't see.
You can't
That
see.
wouldn't make sense.
You
yeah.
literally cannot
That
see.
wouldn't make sense.
Can I submerge my head underwater and
Really?
roll for perception?
I would like to do the same.
Because I have dark.
Okay,
After I
so
call him a bitch for landing on me.
you're blind.
You can do that if you'd like. Go ahead and make a perception roll. You can make a perception with disadvantage.
Alright, roll.
That's a 1.
That's a nat one.
It's a nat 1.
Yeah.
Okay. So you stick your head underwater and you try to perceive things in the dark, even though you can't see in the dark. Basically, all that you realize is it's dark underwater, and you begin to ponder the emptiness of the darkness, and you get caught up in the moment where you're just really thinking about the futility of it all, of life, and
You're gonna make me drown.
the darkness just draws you in, and you inhale a large mouthful of water and come up choking and spitting. Yeah, you don't take any damage, but that was a hell of a nat one.
Are water genasi amphibious?
No,
They're not?
they were
What is
not.
that food?
What's ours?
Oh man.
Did you guys order food?
No. It's fine.
It's fine.
So you had said you were gonna make a perception check as well, by all means.
Are you okay?
12 plus 4, 16.
16. Okay. So you take a look underwater. You know, the way that the water bends light is really strange in the further dimness, since you're using your dark vision, sort of the heat spectrum to see what's going on down here. You see the bottom. Well, you notice that the bottom, you really can't tell how far it is. It could be another 20 feet. It could be another 30 feet. You're really not sure. But beyond that, you really don't see much under there.
I'm gonna stick my head under the water too.
Under the water and take a look around?
With my dark vision.
By all means.
What is happening?
3 plus
Look at Josh.
5.
Somebody look at Josh face real quick. He's like, wow.
It's okay. Cats hate water.
Yeah, so you stick your head in and you know you try to look around, but you can't seem to reconcile the fact that you've just jumped in and then had
Got booty
people
in the face.
fall on you, and so you don't take a really good look around. You just hurriedly come back to surface.
Okay. I didn't see Meow here.
Can I scream at the guards up top?
Help us.
Like, get me the hell out!
Get you the hell out. Okay. So you scream, get me the hell out. You hear after a couple of moments, well, how do you expect us to do that? And by the way, didn't I see rope on at least 2 of your bags?
Oh yeah.
God damn it.
Oh yeah.
Can you not like send down a rope or something? I'm hurt.
You hear some muttering up top and, yeah, give us a few minutes. We'll send somebody to the barracks and get some.
I practice my swimming.
Okay. So you're doggy paddling,
I'm just treading water.
kitty paddling.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just witnessing how stupid my team is gonna be for a while.
You're
Okay.
the one who fell on half the team.
So you're watching.
I jumped in because y'all jumped.
Okay, so you're watching.
I thought I could breathe underwater, apparently not.
So you're just kind of waiting it out, huh?
Is there an opening somewhere? Can we climb? Can I climb back up?
You can make a perception check.
Oh no. Okay, here we go.
Let's go, boys.
My favorite
Yeah.
part.
What is that?
5
Okay.
plus
So,
5, 6, 7.
good enough. So,
7.
as you're looking around, what is your method of looking around? Are you just checking? Explain to me how you would do this.
Oh, I'm looking around to see where I can like get a good foot holding.
Just in a singular spot, or
No, like all around and
All the way around.
like trying to figure out a path
Okay.
that I would take.
so as you kind of make a circuit of the well, and you come around to the south side, you notice about 4 feet above the water's edge that there appears to be a spot that is a little bit darker than the rest of the walls, almost as if it's an inset. And it's kind of small, but it's big enough for a medium-sized creature to crawl through.
How convenient. Okay, so I'm gonna crawl up to that to check it out.
Okay. All right. So you kind of swim over to that. It's a little high. Make an acrobatics check, just real quick.
That's crazy.
You can do it.
The
There
13
you go.
plus
That's good
3.
enough. So you kind of dig your claws into the dirt and you pull yourself up, and you realize that what you are in is actually a small tunnel.
Oh hell yeah! What I was looking for.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Hooray.
Well, I'm like already dead, so.
Yeah.
How are you dead? Because a heavy armored paladin just landed on me.
I really thought.
Maybe you should have been the first one to jump in.
Yeah. Why didn't you surrender yourself to jump in?
I asked
Test the
questions
waters.
that no one answered. Every time I asked a question, no one answered.
What was that?
Every time I said something, no one answered.
Maybe
Can I
because you were
change-
too far away.
Can I change my character name to Lord Vagar? Of response.
You change it to whatever you want to at this point, my friend. Okay.
Oh wait, no. Vagar's a big character. I'd be copyrighted.
No, you won't, because you're Lord Vagar of Respawn Chair.
No, because we can get sponsored by Responsors, the kingdom.
because we're trying to get you.
That
a
was your
sponsor.
plan.
Yes. Hello, Lord Vagar of Press One Cheers.
So, as you look in, what you see you guys are all kind of floating in this kind of small well, really crammed together in that 5-foot space. But as you climb up and you kind of climb into this slight tunnel, what you see is it looks like it opens up into a much larger and much older cave system.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell the others.
Okay.
And I'll throw my rope so that I can bring them up as well.
Drop your rope down for the 4-foot fall, as opposed to the 40-foot fall. Roger.
Got it. Hey, learning it, folks, learning it.
I'll be like, oh yeah, I remember I have a rope.
I meow and sneeze as a thank you.
And we all speak the common language, you fool.
Okay, so you've told everyone, and you've dropped your rope down. Now you realize that it's about a 2.5 by 2.5 foot tunnel. So nobody will actually be able to occupy this tunnel while you're in there. Are you going to move forward?
Yeah. I tell them that they have to like climb up, so then I'll move forward. I'll go to the right.
Okay, so the first thing that you notice when you get in here is all pretense of light is gone. This is pitch dark. Now you're still able to make out some shapes and such in the infrared spectrum, but not nearly.
Does
as
anyone
well.
have a torch light or something?
So,
I'm still in the water.
Thing?
I'm still
Pretty sure all our equipment's wet.
so looking down this way, you see that the tunnel goes and appears to curve around, and then looking this way, you see.
Is there more light on the left side?
No.
Oh, so
It
it's
is
just both pitch
equally
black.
it is equally dark.
Mm.
The only thing that you can tell is that it is all dirt walls. There is nothing that suggests anything civilized carved this out.
Oh, okay. So instead, I'm gonna move to the left and tell the heavy armor paladin to come up first and to go right, so he goes
Blonde.
first.
The one that can't see.
Yeah, because you have a torch, right?
that's wet.
That's candle. That's wet.
I
What
can
if-
try.
Well, in your Dungeoneers pack, the assumption is that those are wrapped in some sort of wax.
Okay, put 10
Okay,
bucks.
so you go first with your light.
Woo, let me in there.
Alright, you go in.
And I'll do it.
You
I'll turn
gonna
it
you gonna climb up the rope and
on.
light a torch?
Yeah, what you want me to do?
I,
That's
I
what
just-
I'm doing.
I'm just asking.
No, I was saying, do I got to roll for that? I'm just gonna climb in there and light the
No,
torch,
I'm not.
the candle.
Yeah, I
Thank you.
think we've done enough.
Thank you. I've almost killed my
So
team.
you get up in here and you light your torch, and so this is where you're at. The tunnel itself, it's just barely over 6 feet tall from floor to ceiling, and it is just over 5 feet wide. So it's going to be a struggle to do anything more than walk single file. And the torch smoke is beginning to kind of.
Dwindle.
No, the smoke is
it's gonna choke.
is building up a little bit along the
Keep
roof.
moving.
Oh man, I'm giving you the candle, so enjoy yourself.
Are
No,
is
you're
it-
going
using
first. You're the
candle?
heavy army.
I used the
I mean,
candle.
Okay,
Armor.
you used a candle. Okay, candle's a different story.
Oh yeah, the candle. Yeah, I don't have a torch. I
Okay,
have a
yeah.
candle.
So you've got a candle. That's cool.
I gave you the candle.
Are the
No,
guards
you're
here?
going first.
You're little.
But you're
The
first.
guards
you're
are
the
most
heavy armor
assuredly
one.
not here yet.
Oh man.
You're little.
Alright, I climb in after the paladin.
No,
You do
you go
climb in
first.
after them.
party leader
Yes.
now.
Okay. I guess because I got all the help.
Okay, so you climb in, and you get into the tunnel there. Paladin is. You're just
I
gonna,
guess I'm promoted to leader, so I'm walking forward a little.
Which way is forward? Okay, that way.
This way? Are you going this way, or are you gonna push back onto me? Which way are you going?
I say go right.
Yeah.
Right is right. And then I step behind the paladin because I like having bodyguards on both sides.
Right.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. And then I'm gonna go behind him.
But you need the melee.
Okay.
Oh, am I
guys,
range?
you guys have fun. I'm gonna wait for the guards.
Oh.
Oh,
That does make sense.
but yeah, I guess it makes sense.
Okay. So are you guys gonna move forward, or are you gonna
Push
wait?
onward. My trusty steed.
I'm bullied.
Hmm?
I'm bullied into pushing on.
You are moving forward here.
I push him forward.
Okay, cool.
Trust
So
us
you
now.
begin walking.
I call him a pussy.
As a
That
cat.
happened. The kitty called you a pussy.
Yeah, you got called pussy.
Thanks,
You a
love.
pussy.
Thanks, lad. I
Okay.
want to see a hat trick.
Excellent. Okay, so how far forward are we going?
Until I die.
What?
Forward until you die.
Wait a
Just
second.
forward
Just
till,
keep forward till we hit a wall.
forward until somebody stops me.
Okay, cool.
Forward till we hit a
Y'all
wall.
better say y'all see
All right,
something.
so you're walking this way. Now, are you gonna swing it right here? Or are you gonna hang it left?
Well, if I can see the fork, I can see the fork because the candle's still lit, and it wasn't nothing stupid happening. Right?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Now, is everybody following him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Once we get to the fork, then
All
Take a look around.
yeah, we're gonna look around.
I'll look around.
You're just gonna sit there the whole campaign?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna do it, but I felt like that.
All right, I'm gonna flip a coin
Why? Oh.
to make decision on whether we turn right or left.
Oh,
Ooh, why don't we look around first?
Yeah,
You can't see anything. It's dark.
I have
Don't
a
you have dark
candle.
vision?
I do,
I have a
but
candle.
I like risking.
So, looking that way, you see that. And then in this hallway, you see what looks like it might be another small tunnel. You can't really tell. And then you see where this one appears to fork. Whoa. Another direction.
Are we
I
down?
yell, wow, so cool, to try to get him to come.
Okay.
She said,
Wow, so cool.
Ooh, I
Meow,
see
meow,
gold.
ooh, woo.
Oh, gold.
Ooh,
Oh, whoa.
Ooh, woo.
All right.
No.
If you ever need mist effects, let me know.
Do we have candles? We have candles.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can get candles.
Anybody up there?
So about this time, the guards do come back,
Oh, thank God.
and
How could you leave a delicate lady like me down there?
And then
They,
I yell,
uh,
you ain't no delicate lady.
Not like this, my guy.
Oh, you can't even see it on camera.
can't even see it on camera. Oh,
You
you
need a
beg-
fog machine in here.
You stinking Zimmer. So
Let's not do that.
What? He's called you a zoomer.
So I run back
So-
to check and see what
Okay,
he's
boomer.
what she's yelling about.
feels bad. So the rope comes cascading down and hits the water right beside you.
I would like to climb up.
You climb the rope.
No.
Watching this happening.
Acrobatics check, please.
Where's the D20? Where'd it go?
No, I refuse. Oh, damn.
Okay,
Okay. So you climb up.
that's 22.
Climb up easily, just straight up.
Hmm.
You see the guards kind of looking down. And they're like, where are the other ones at?"
They got eaten. There's a dragon down there.
Oh,
There's a dragon.
There's a dragon down there.
Make a deception check.
no. You scare all these people.
16. 17? 17.
She didn't say that.
Okay, so two things happen simultaneously. Number one, the guard that dropped the rope down begins pulling it up as fast as he can pull it up.
What the?
Number two, the other guard begins to say, "There's a dragon! There's a dragon!" And then the townspeople all around the well begin to pass this along. "There's some sort of dragon in the well! There's a dragon in the well!" And people scatter 3 different directions.
I would like
And-
to run towards the tavern as well.
You're running towards the tavern. Okay, so you run towards the tavern. You guys, so you have
I'm
seen him disappear.
Can I go to the restroom real quick?
Take off.
Can you go get us Shake Shack?
No.
Thanks.
Yes, since you
Since you betrayed us, get us Shake Shack.
Actually wild.
That is actually crazy. I've never had that happen before.
So then I run back to
Wait,
tell
what?
them what happened and then how this little fool over here betrayed us. He betrayed us.
We are in trouble.
He just dipped.
You go.
All
He's
right.
a betrayal. Meow trail.
I've killed dragons with my bare fist before.
We'll take the loot.
This is all about the sense of adventure. We're all sadists and masochists
Huh?
for that lust of gold.
I heard that the dragon
All right,
scales are
turn
really
left.
expensive.
Turn left. Well, no, we turn right. I'm bad at directions.
Dragon
turn right
scales
onto
are
the
expensive.
Big loop-de-loop.
Dragons.
This way or this way?
Right onto the big fat loop-de-loop.
So you're running around that far. Is that correct?
We lost.
yes.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, two things.
Oh, it's dead.
So, as you come running around the corner, you hear this buzzing sound. It sounds almost like cicadas, but it's much louder. And then you quickly realize that the source is probably the single largest bug that you've ever seen, as its wings begin to beat furiously.
Oh shit.
And it rises slightly off the ground and begins to dart towards you. And I need you all to roll initiative, please. So, rolling initiative is going to be a
Is
d20.
that your 9?
Ooh.
10. 10 plus
6 plus 3.
10 plus what was the number?
Plus,
The initiative.
Initiative.
Oh, what was my initiative?
It's your dexterity.
Oh, so is that plus 3?
I got 6 plus 3.
13.
12 plus 2. 14.
So 13, 9,
14.
Okay, cool. So, Vagar,
Yes, I changed my name to Vigor.
Meow,
Meowny.
Meow.
Noah. So, as soon as you come around the corner, it immediately goes straight at you.
Yeah.
And it hits with that first attack. That's an 18. I would assume that hits.
Yeah, because I'm at 18. So yeah.
Okay, so it dives in at you and just boom, snaps you with these like long pincher-like mandibles,
Shit, are you dead?
and it hits you for
Take off 200.
3 points of damage to start with. It was not horrible.
I mean, shit, you did more damage to me.
Yeah.
And it is now your turn.
Alright, I cast Eldritch Blast.
You cast Eldritch Blast. Okay, that
Yeah,
should
I
be
guess I
an
did
attack
start.
roll.
You didn't stay with
Okay,
us.
go ahead and make your attack roll.
10 plus 3, 13.
13 hits.
Nice. You trying to number? Which one do you trying
Give me a D10. That is a 10. That was a D10.
5 with plus 5. 10.
10.
So it's at 8 damage? I mean, it's at 8 health?
What?
What's the health of this?
Oh, you
Don't know.
Oh,
You fight until you kill it.
oh. Am I fighting it now?
So you unleash your Eldritch Blast. The energy just streaks towards it and it hits it right in the face. Well, what would be its face? Like right between the mandibles where it just struck Nella. And you see the shell kind of crackle and split as you hit it. And it takes a substantial amount of damage. It looks in pretty bad shape. But it's still in the air and it is looking like it is ready to attack again. It is your turn.
Slightly.
Okay. Can I hit it?
What do you want to hit it with?
Oh, my short bow.
With your short bow. Okay. Yeah. So
Since I'm in the back, right?
Yep. You're at range, so you can absolutely do that. So you'll make an attack roll. It'll be the D20.
10. What's my attack number? Oh, this one?
Yep. That's
So
your to hit.
15.
15? Okay, so that hits, and you will roll damage.
Oh, what?
So what is the damage on the short bow?
5.
D6.
It's a
sorry, these are
D6.
D6. So then
Yep.
I roll this one.
Yep. And then
5.
your dexterity.
5 plus 3.
Yep, so that'll
8.
be 8. So right behind that eldritch blast, you place an arrow perfectly, and it just slides straight in to that same spot where the mandibles had just chomped on Nella, and as the arrow pierces it, it goes straight through in like a skewer, and the beetle drops to the ground. Dead. That was quick.
I made a mistake. I think my bonus was +3, not 5. I don't know if that changes anything.
She still would have killed it.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was thread-like.
Thread like.
So, there's that. Your first combat experience. Congratulations.
Oh, so we're at a dead end still.
You killed it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So
Can I-
then I back up so that
Can I
you guys
loot
can.
the corpse for any useful wares.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what's up.
It's a fucking beetle.
It's a beetle.
I can use a shield, okay?
Beetle shield.
You can definitely investigate.
And take the beetle.
Alright, I investigate and try to pry apart anything that I can use as a shield.
By all means, make an investigation check.
17. Plus
So,
3, 20.
in your investigation, as you look at the beetle, you recognize that it has very little in the way of armor that it's going to offer to you.
Especially after hitting the Eldritch Blast
It's true.
to the face.
Thank you.
Oh, I asked Nella to heal me since I just killed him.
Yeah, I'll do lay on hands.
You're gonna heal me?
Yeah.
How much are you going to heal for?
I can only heal for 5, so level 1.
Oh shit.
So let's see how much. Lay on hands says I get to choose.
Yes.
Do you
You
need to
should
know
have
how
a
much
clue.
health I have, or do I not tell him?
Well, I can't really.
I
I'm
have-
not supposed to know that.
Oh, okay, okay, then never mind.
He wouldn't technically know that.
I will do like 3.
Cool. Okay, cool.
That way that you can.
I have 3 health. I mean, 3 more health.
Yeah, more help. I was like, Jesus, you're dead.
Cool.
Okay, awesome.
Hey, hey, you could have gone healed if you stayed.
Are we done here? Are we done here?
in the dungeon or in total?
In the cave.
The cave. We
Well,
ain't got out
he's
the
probably
cave.
off to go.
We
He's
just
probably off to
started.
heal himself in the tavern.
We just started in the cave.
Alright, go on.
So,
Continue.
I say, hello. Hey, trusty stallion. Turn and walk towards that path.
Oh,
With
okay,
those
so then I
bendy
back up
forties.
so then you can go.
Yes. Turn towards the
Wow.
bendy
I
14.
mean, I can eat it.
they
I got the most health.
just sent you up there,
Yeah, man, as well.
running him out.
That's it.
Let's see what happens.
I'll go.
I say
You
that's
go?
what
I got
humans
slapped.
are useful for.
You moving forward?
Yeah,
Okay. How far are you moving?
all the way.
All the way? All the
Like
way
I
up?
said, till I die.
All the way up?
Move
Back
into
in
a
my
here.
day.
Nah. if
So
I
you
see
can
a-
check out that
if
little
I see
pathway.
a fork. Oh, did I see that though?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, there's a candle. Now, are you guys staying in the same?
I
Mm-hmm.
I command Meowme to crawl into that hole, while I command Nella to take care of the big forky.
Huh?
So are
I
you,
say
are you
tap.
are you same marching order
Yeah.
effectively
Yeah.
here?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's that. So
I'm watching her crawl into the hole.
I stand
I'm
aside
not
and I
crawling
say
into the hole.
meow 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 hole meow 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 hole
And I
meow.
said, you fool, I speak English, the common Meowglish. I speak Meowglish. You don't need to meow at me.
Alright.
so
Speak the common
while this
language.
argument's going
So
on,
I'm looking
you've
at-
made your way into
Looking at
the
you.
fat
I'm
pig.
crawling
Right.
out.
I would like to
that hole,
run in
we
there,
don't fit.
kick the door open, and with the frantic voice,
Oh,
Jerry, where are you?
what
We
is
have to get
going
out of
on?
here.
What is happening in this video?
do I see anyone in there?
Okay, so when you bust in, you do indeed see people in there. It's quite full, actually. The caravan has just emptied out, and quite a few of the travelers have moved straight to the Fat Pig, and every table in the place is occupied, as well as every seat at the bar. There are people standing around actually eating food, and as you bust in, all conversation, the general din of a tavern, dies down instantly as you start shouting for Jerry, and they all look at you.
No, you guys don't have the time to be doing this. We gotta get out of here. There's a dragon in the well. And I start grabbing people's food and stuffing it in my bag.
Deception check.
That's the way.
That's a 13.
That is a 13. So you're grabbing food off of tables. The first two patrons whose food you grab are too shocked by what's going on to really react. The third, however, is not. He's probably the single largest half-orc you've ever seen.
Fuck.
And as your hand reaches down for a loaf of bread that's in the middle of his table, his hand darts out to grab yours. Make an acrobatics check.
It's a 15.
It's 15. So, as your hand goes for the bread, yeah, his hand snakes out and grabs yours, and he looks at you and says, "Do not touch my food."
Alright, that's fine. I gotta get out of here anyway. You guys need to go. Ask the guards. There's a dragon. You see how I'm all like fucked up right now? I barely made it alive. You gotta go. And I start like running around.
You're staying inside the tavern.
Yeah.
Okay.
Looking for Jerry.
You're running around.
I keep
looking
screaming for Jerry.
Okay, cool. All right. So, at this point, have you determined what
I'm
you're
trying
going
to
to
watch if Meow Stick herself is going to go in there. So.
The meowny.
Meow Stick.
do? Meowny?
I keep sneezing. I sneeze and
All
say
right,
meow,
so
meow, meow. Crawl
Is
in
this
there.
happening?
I'm trying to see if she's going in.
Are you crawling in there?
Are you going to the fort?
I ain't did nothing because I'm waiting for her to.
Okay, I'm peeking my head in.
You're peeking your head
I've
in.
crawled in because I'm the only one who can fit.
Okay, so you crawled in and you're looking in the hole,
Yeah.
but are you going all the way in?
I'm like halfway in, halfway out.
Halfway in, halfway out? Okay, so what you can see is that this is a small chamber. You can't really see how much taller than the little tunnel it is. It seems like it's somewhat taller. You do notice that there appears to be a pile of just general debris in one of the corners, and it's piled up, kind of cobbled together almost like a bed. It's about the best way that you can describe it.
What do you see?
And then I tell them that's what you said. it's a debris bed, and then I come back out and I'm like, let's keep moving.
Yeah.
Nothing. Keep moving.
Alright, where are we going?
You were the team leader.
He's clearly the
Fool.
team leader. Tell me what to do.
One sec. Let me pray to my God. Okay, Siri, flip a coin. Alright, we're moving left.
Left?
Yes. My God says
Are
left.
you looking?
To the
Yeah, I
left,
just
to
go
the
left.
left.
Okay. So
I don't
are
look,
you even
I
are you
just
even
walk.
looking right, or are you just going
I
left?
just go left because
You just straight go left. You're just straight going.
Yeah.
Okay, so two things to note. Number one, the cave,
I'm dead.
while it's still relatively high, it has gotten more narrow here. And at this point,
I pray to my god, I say, I fear for what to come.
You will have to turn sideways in order to move down this hallway, and you know that you're going to have trouble using any sort of weapon. And as best you can tell by the flickering flame behind you, it stays this narrow. In a straight line.
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
Huh?
I'm dead. So as soon
Okay,
as it
so
started
then
getting
you go
narrow, I'm
right?
like, oh, that's no. I'm just as when I saw it get narrow and I have to go sideways, I was like, oh no, we good.
So, Jason.
Vigor.
So how you?
Vagar.
I changed my name to Beelzebub because
What
the first
is
creature.
happening?
I am so confused.
I'm
Congratulations.
A man of many names.
So, as he is kind
You
of slithering in
officially-
here,
You officially
as he's kind
psychotic.
of slithering into this really thin tunnel, what is your interaction with this? Because he just went straight that way, did not even glance to the right.
Alright, I turn to the right.
You do look to the right.
Every day we stray further from our God.
What are you talking about?
Okay, so two things.
I hate this.
I smell black magics.
I hate this. This is too thin.
So
Insane.
the first thing that you notice is that this appears to be just completely collapsed. It almost looks like, also, that there are claw marks coming out of it. So this looks like almost like a collapsed tunnel.
Can I investigate how big the claw marks are?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Make an investigation check.
14 plus 3.
The claw marks are similar in size to what you've seen on Meow Me.
Meow me.
Meow Meow
Like
Meow
Annie,
me.
but meow me.
Meowny.
It's like Miani.
Like brownie.
Meowny. So yeah. So similar in size to the claws that you've seen on Meowny.
Okay, can I sniff around and investigate too?
You wish to investigate as well.
I would like to investigate.
Go ahead.
Oh,
8.
plus the
9.
Yeah, very little is going
No,
on there.
I
You're
just
picking
we got the
up.
dumbest cat in the world.
So
Excuse
you
me.
have decided that. So you are not going down that.
Oh,
hallway.
that's crazy.
Okay. So you
With
are
them?
backing out. then.
With this team?
So you back right out.
They're
Okay.
like, oh no, that's
So
good.
there's a lot of indecision going on here.
I say meow. Go in there. You're small enough.
going where?
In that hole.
No.
Meow.
Yeah, that's
Look at these
great.
claw marks. They're so tiny. I mean, they're so big. That means no creature that big could fit into
Okay,
that
I
tiny
push
hole.
the paladin to the left.
What does that mean?
This way?
Yes.
To the like this
Yeah,
way?
push me.
You're trying to
Oh
push
no,
this
nope.
way? Okay, you can
What I gotta roll for?
you can absolutely make opposed athletics checks.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Wait, why are you making one? Do I make one too? For
Yeah,
strength?
I gotta oppose it.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah,
no,
no.
you're right.
Athletics? Oh.
Damn
Yeah. So
God.
you attempt to push Nella into the very
It's
small
18.
hallway, and
That ain't gonna work.
he does not budge. As a matter of fact, you're pretty sure that in your pushing, you're sliding backwards.
Oh, I laugh nervously.
When they step back, can I push Meowny into that hole?
Oh no.
Yeah, sure. You mean same thing? Opposed athletics. This is extremely intriguing the way this group is working out.
boy.
We got one runner and
Damn it. You have to roll lower than a 9.
I have to roll lower than a 9?
Yeah, so I can push you.
Oh
in.
no, hell no!
God,
15!
wait, that's cocked.
No,
Oh,
you have to
I have to do
redo
it
it.
again?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
3.
Roll a 3.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, she was like, shut up.
So you go to lay hands on Meowny and attempt to push her into the extremely narrow tunnel. And
suddenly Meowny is just not there, and you find yourself stumbling and falling face first into the tunnel yourself.
Oh my
Alright.
god.
And there you lie.
Oh,
And at that exact moment,
Oh!
as you hit the
Exactly.
ground,
I'm a buff cat.
You guys
you hear a hissing sound from behind you, and this creature comes tearing out of the hallway, and I need you three to roll initiative.
Knew it. I'm like,
Is that an iguana?
So back to the fat pig. So you are running around in circles screaming that there is a dragon in the well,
21.
and you are stealing people's food. You have been stopped from stealing probably the largest half-orc you've ever seen, his loaf of bread.
So
And
I
at that
grabbed
point-
2 people's food so far.
At that point, you've desisted in stealing people's food, and you're just running around looking for Jerry.
Mhm.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So, with your deception check earlier, it was poor, but luckily, apparently, the bumpkins were a little confused. So, it passed. Is there anything specific you're looking to accomplish here?
I was looking to strike fear in the townspeople.
So there's a lot of confusion going on in here, and it seems like the majority of the fear and the actual angst that you have sown is outside of the fat pig, where all of the people that saw you come back out of the well screaming about a dragon, those people who actually witnessed it are beginning to spread the word that there is a creature in the well, and they're running. It's getting loud outside. In the distance, actually, you hear a bell begin to ring. It sounds something like an alarm bell.
Well, it looks like Jerry's not in here. If you see Jerry, tell him to meet me outside of town in like 30 minutes. And I bolt out.
Bolt out.
I bolt out.
You're back out into the town
Okay,
square.
what do I see?
Out in the town square, you see a new shift of guards coming up. So there are 2 more guards. You know that there are 4 at the gate. As best you can tell, that's probably about the extent of the official guard in this town.
Wow.
Do I see an inn?
You just walked out of it.
Oh, fuck. Do I see a store?
Yeah. No, I mean there's a general store on the square as well.
I would like to sneak into the store.
Sneak into the store,
Mhm.
so you don't
Why
want to
you
be
sneaking?
noticed going into it.
Mm-mm.
Okay, make a stealth check. Okay. That will be noted, and it's going to take you some
That's
time
20.
to kind of wind your way around the town because it's getting pretty crowded in the square. There are a lot of people that are running out, and there are a lot of people that are running in. Interestingly enough, because they want to see the well dragon, and the guards are doing their best to hold people back from the well. You're hearing a lot of conversation regarding filling the well in, covering the well up. A lot of different opinions on how to handle
As
this.
soon as I hear that, I scream, "Shut the well!"
Okay, so you do that after you've successfully been stealth. All right, guys. So back down bottom. Where are we at on those initiative rolls?
Is it the number plus our initiative number?
Yep.
21.
21.
I am 18.
I'm sorry, what is it?
Initiative.
Oh, 9, yeah.
Wait, no, you're 12.
12.
Oh, that's a 9. I thought it was a 6. Yeah.
All right. So Meowny goes first. Somehow, she recovered quickly from the shoving match that just went on, and
What shoving match?
yeah, well, he tried to shove and he hit the floor. So it is your turn.
Oh, do I roll for my attacks?
However you want to do it.
Oh, I mean, I guess I'll attack him.
You're gonna attack him?
Yeah.
Okay, by all means.
Good luck.
Oh.
Oh.
That's a nat
Is that leaning or
No,
is
that's
that
a nat one.
that's a nat 1? Okay, cool.
God,
So
just
I have some
jammed
fun natural 1 rules in combat.
Oh boy.
Oh, yeah, I was using my short sword. But
That's fine.
They're all the same.
Yep. Okay. So you were using your short sword. So you lunge towards this creature and your foot hangs on something. Let me get you to throw that dice again for me.
20.
Okay. Cool. So you lunge for this creature and you trip, and as you're falling, you kind of take a stab, just not even knowing where you're stabbing at this point.
Oh.
You fall prone. However, in falling, you actually land your attack. So go ahead and roll for damage. Nope. The damage on the short sword.
6.
Oh, so 6.
Yep. Okay. So 2 plus. What is your dex?
5.
Your dexterity.
Oh, dexterity,
Since it's a
3.
finesse weapon, so it'll be 5.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll have that. So it's actually going to be 2 damage. So as you're falling, you kind of stab blindly. Unfortunately for you, you are prone. That means anything that attacks you will have advantage on attacks with melee. But you do land your attack for half damage. So next it is Jason.
Well, what's sneak attack?
It's too late.
Oh.
Well, no, sneak attack would take effect if the creature didn't know you were there,
Oh, okay. Never mind.
or if it were engaged in combat with somebody else, and that had not happened yet.
Alright.
So you're up.
Upon hearing the growl, I get up
Mm-hmm.
and then I say, that creature looks like it won't fit in here. Follow me down this narrow path, guys. And I go how many feet I can move.
What?
Okay, so you have to use half of your movement to stand up. Okay,
So-
so there's 5, and you're actually going to be at half movement in here.
So that.
So you can't
If
fit.
you lucky, do 10.
7.5. So 5, 10, 15, 7.5, 7. So yeah, you're actually there.
Okay.
Yeah, 5 is what you
How did
get.
you fit in?
Why would I go in there?
So you can run away from that fat beast.
I'm gonna help Annie up.
Meowny.
Annie up.
You're gonna help Meowny up.
Oh
Yeah.
shit, hells yeah.
I know that. Isn't that an opportunistic attack though?
No, because you're not moving out of its combat range, and yeah, I'll allow it. That's gonna be all of. That's actually
That's
gonna be
both.
your action.
Yeah. Oh, that's just action.
Yeah, that's gonna be your action.
Okay, that's not bad.
Alright, and then I say, follow me, human.
Do you move down again?
I'm not going into a.
Meat
Oh.
I'm
shield.
going in there.
So then
That
I'll
thing out.
attack again.
Okay, so it's not your turn yet.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
like
My bad, my
creatures.
bad.
So you just use your action. Nothing on.
I'm
You don't
not
have a
going.
bonus action or anything. Okay, so
Well, actually, I'm gonna move in between her and the thing. Oh shit.
Oh,
I'm
kind of like.
Can I?
So she actually would have been right here. That
So
would
can I-
that would technically be her square, and this would technically be your square.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, never mind then. I just won't move. Because I don't think I can get in between it because of that.
No.
way. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. All right, good enough. Well, it's the lizard's turn, and since Meowny did manage to hit it, even though it was a glancing blow and
So
falling
sad.
down, it snaps at her
It's mad.
immediately.
It's
That is a 3. Okay, that is an 8 to hit, and your armor class is 14. So it snaps at you with these big jaws, and as it snaps at you, you notice it has a really foul breath and a really interesting yellow ichor that is dripping off of its fangs.
Oh, hell.
And that is the end of its turn, however. So
Do I
now,
lose any damage?
no, it
Oh,
did not
it
hit
didn't
you.
hit you. It didn't hit you.
Oh.
Yeah, it did not. It didn't
Oh shit,
hit.
hells yeah. Yeah, the pussy.
Okay, so now
That's what you.
it's your
Only
turn.
plus 14.
It's your turn.
Oh. Okay, I'm gonna stab it again.
Stab it again. Okay,
With my
make that
short
attack
sword.
roll. Make the attack roll.
With this one?
Yep, that's the one.
9.
Plus,
Was it 9 plus my dexterity?
It's it's the plus. I think it's a +5 actually because it should be proficiency
so
plus.
9 + 5, 14.
Yep. So 14. 14 actually just hits. So roll for damage. That'll be the
So this
d6. That one again. So that'll be the 2 + 3. That'll be an actual 5 this time. So okay. So you stab it again, and you do a fair amount of damage. This strike goes a little more is a little more clean than the previous one. You kind of gash the creature across its side, and it's starting to take a little bit of damage.
Oh shit.
And it is now. Are you finished?
Can I move?
So you can move if you want to. Now, if you move away from it, if you move out of melee range with it, after being in melee range with it, the creature can use its reaction to attack you.
Yeah.
Oh shit. You wouldn't leave?
I wouldn't do that.
Okay, then I would just stay there.
You never know.
Okay.
You
So you're
never
gonna stay
know.
right there.
Uh-huh.
Anything else? You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
You're good. You're up.
I contemplate my worst fear is it's being alone. So I turn and I kind of like shimmy my way back into the party
Okay. 5,
to where I can see the creature.
10. Okay. You can see the creature from right there. It's a little crowded, but you can see it.
And I cast. I kind of go like woo 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 poison spray. Poison
All right.
spray.
So is that a dexterity save?
Yes. Constitution saving.
Constitution save for El Lizard. So El Lizard succeeds on the Constitution save. I assume that's no damage.
Wait, how much is it?
Hmm?
How much was? Oh,
I rolled a natural 17.
Oh, you're good. Yes.
Yes.
No damage. I guess.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So you're not. Are you finished moving? You've got a little bit of movement left. I think 5 more.
I squeeze my way back into the narrow.
No, he's just gonna.
You're gonna squeeze back into.
shimmy in.
Yeah, I'm just
It's a
shimmying.
shimmy in and a shimmy
So
out.
I use it as my natural shield.
Okay. There you are.
That's crazy.
I'm trying, guys.
I hear you.
It's
Okay.
not black magic.
So Nella, you're up. So while Nella tries to determine what he's got going on, you make your way to the shop up in the square. It's getting kind of crazy out in the square. You see people running into the square with boards, with stones, with all manner of building material.
Am I in the store now?
Yeah, you make your way
In
into
the
the
shop?
store.
Is there anyone in there?
Right now, it looks like it's just the shopkeeper. He's kind of leaned over, looking out the glass, trying to figure out what's going on. Why is it getting so loud out in the square? What's happening out there?
He's talking to me.
Yeah.
Well, you see, a crazy bunch of whatevers jumped into the well, and they claim there's a dragon down there. I don't really know what's going on, but I'm trying to stay inside.
A dragon in the well?
I don't know. Four of them jumped in. Only one came out, all beaten up.
My goodness.
I fell. I got trampled a little. I'm a little hurt. Can you let me stay in here for a second?
Oh, absolutely. You can stay in here.
And I sit down and start
If
eating
you-
the food.
You sit down and start eating the food. Okay.
Oh, man. Alright, so I'm gonna just attack with my rapier.
With your rapier.
Yeah, because I'm Dex.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So it's what, 1d8 plus 3.
Well, you gotta roll to hit first.
That's right. Oh,
Oh my god.
I forget that's there.
I gotta cover that thing up.
No, I just forgot it was there.
Yeah.
Yes, let's do that. There's actually a dice tray right there.
Yeah, I forget.
16.
Plus. Oh, 16 plus. I don't know what it is. It's plus 5.
2 hit.
Yeah. Put it right here.
Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. Okay, so 16 plus 5. All right, yeah. So you absolutely you lunge forward with your rapier, and you absolutely hit it. So let's see the damage.
3.
Plus 3. All right, so that's another 6. Yep. So this strike, you hit it right below the jaw, and this hit does quite a bit of damage. It is looking pretty hurt. It's actually starting to bleed a fair amount on the dirt floor. It is, however, the lizard's turn, and having just struck it for a substantial amount, it turns its attention to you, and it snaps at you with its massive jaws. 13, 18.
Oh, he rolled an 18?
13 plus 5.
Yeah, it just hit me.
Damn.
It does hit you.
Everything's rolling 18 on me.
All right,
I'd
and
be
that is
dead.
going to be 8. All right, you take 5 points of damage.
I'd be dead.
Yeah, I got
literally dead. I'm glad I have my
You have
little
3
bowl.
damage left?
Yes.
Why don't you heal
You don't
yourself?
know that.
I healed you.
So you can't heal
Okay.
anyone else?
So
Level 1
it is
is
Meownie's
not
turn.
good, bro.
Wait, the
Meownie.
lizard?
Kill
No, it's your
lizard.
turn. The lizard's done.
Level 1 is not a good.
Attack.
Attack!
Okay, go.
Oh, is that an 8 or
Yeah,
3?
8.
8 plus 3, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wait, 8 plus my dexterity or my...
No, it's the number in the middle. Should be a plus 5.
Oh, 8 plus 5.
Yep. Okay. So 8 plus 5, that's 13. So you just barely miss penetrating the creature as your short sword kind of grazes off of its thick leathery skin. And it doesn't quite do anything to harm it, unfortunately. Jason, it's your turn.
Alright. I shimmy my way out into the opening again.
Okay, shimmy your
Out of
way.
my safety shield.
Mhm.
And I cast my one and only. I rub my hands, go. Eldritch Blast. Yes.
Eldritch Blast. That is probably a wise decision.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. So, also with a natural 20, you will do max damage with your first die. So the second die, you just roll.
Ooh. 11.
11 damage. Okay, so the
Oh, no, 14. 14, right? It's D10 plus 1 plus 3.
you don't add your spell modifier to
Oh.
that yet.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's a feat, I do believe.
Oh. Let's see.
So so that's 11 damage. So 10 plus 1. So you let fly with an Eldritch Blast, and the Eldritch energy kind of arcs between Nella and Meownie and strikes the lizard squarely in its open jaws, where it has just kind of stepped back from Nella, and you should make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I missed it. No, that's my fault. Because it beat you. Good. You made the save at least. Where you see Nella kind of shake off
The
what
poison.
seems like the effects of having been bitten. What are you doing? I like that. Didn't David pick it up?
Yeah, David picked it up. and-
Yeah, David picked it up and put it back over here. It's already been
It's
reintroduced
not
to
mine.
Jim.
That was hers when she dropped it. Mine's red and black. It's
That's not it. Red and black.
no, that's his.
Oh, there's one by you.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, they go far.
So, with that,
2.
the creature succumbs to the Eldritch energy.
Die!
Good job, Yella.
Yeah, go team.
Wait, but I
Shut
did
up!
He did it.
Pussy!
it. I did it.
He did
I
that.
killed
Oh,
it.
good job, Measle, Benjamin
Beelzebub.
Jaeger.
Good job, my schizophrenic
Beelzebub.
friend.
Vagar of
Vagar.
Rispin Chairs.
My schizophrenic friend that has a
Yeah, I'm changing my name to Vagar.
No, you're schizophrenic. You have multiple names.
You have multiple
I like
personalities.
that. Yeah, he's multiple people. at
I'm
once.
Vagar of Rispin.
Okay.
He's schizophrenic.
So, the massive lizard has been vanquished.
Can we loot it?
you most
Investigate, I guess.
certainly can investigate it if you would like to.
It was a big boy.
It was a big boy. So you check the lizard for
5.
pockets, and it surprisingly has none.
Oh. What, does anyone else want to investigate? Guess I load a roll.
No, I
Load
say-
a number.
You've completed your meal up in the floor of the general store, and the merchant kind of looks at you funny. It says, "So, why are you eating in here on my floor?"
I'm just. I got trampled out there when people started freaking out, and I'm a stress eater.
Stress eater. Okay, I understand.
That's it.
Give me a persuasion check.
15.
You two look rather beaten up. This was quite some trampling you took.
Oh yeah, I was at the very front of the well when they popped out, or when the guy popped out. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I'm like,
Who popped out? Did the guards go down the well?
I don't know. I got pushed out because people started running around, and I got stepped on.
Oh, you got pushed down the well.
No. Okay.
Oh, you didn't go down the well.
No.
Then why are you so wet?
Ah, so you're racist. I'm a water genasi. I'm always wet. Sorry, it's just. Sorry, that's a
Make a
sore
deception
spot.
check.
That's 13.
I do apologize. I'm so sorry. I'm not familiar with the genasi. I didn't mean offense. He begins looking around and he's like, here, and he pulls out a small vial about yay big, and it has this viscous red fluid in it, and he hands it to you. He says, "Drink this. It'll definitely make you feel better."
I down it.
You down it?
Oh,
Roll 2d4.
That's 3. 2. That's 5.
So you get back 6 hit points.
Okay.
And with
Refreshing.
that, back to you guys.
I say that shield cave has definitely saved me from that lizard. We have to go down there and find our calling. It is the will of the goddess.
What did he say?
What
Okay,
what?
I agree, and I say, okay, so then Nella should go first.
I'm not going first.
I'll go first. I'll risk my life.
I say,
I
wow.
risk my life.
Before they do that, I would like to march back up to the well.
March back out to the well.
Oh, he gonna jump in.
And are there guards around?
Oh yeah,
There's
the guards are around. They've actually started laying large, rough-hewn
So just we're
planks
about to
across
jump
the
in
top of
and
it,
join
and
us.
it looks like they're about to start anchoring them off so that so that it can't be easily accessed.
Halt! What is going on around here?
Look, it's the crazy one that jumped in and then climbed back out. The one, yeah, that's the one that wanted me to buy her dinner. Just
Shit, they recognize me.
well,
You must be mistaken. I'm looking for my twin sister.
Oh, make a deception check
This is
with disadvantage.
Oh no!
You gotta roll it.
That's a
13.
13.
12.
That's a 12.
Deception?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Plus.
it's a 12.
13.
13? Okay, 13. There's no twin sister. Your clothes are soaking wet.
Are you racist? I'm a water genasi.
Gotta roll it again.
We spoke to you not 30 minutes ago,
Oh,
not
what-
20 minutes ago, and your clothes were perfectly dry.
Pay no attention to this
your
man.
clothes were perfectly dry.
My name is Oglethorpe Thornberry.
I don't know what's going on here.
I have come to save this town. I am a renowned dragon slayer, and I will save you all.
At this point, all 4 guards draw their swords
Oh no.
and point
point them at you, and the one that recognizes you as the individual he had conversed with earlier says to you, "I'm going to require you to turn around, place your hands behind your back, and await further instruction."
Is
And
the
we're gonna
well still
pause right there.
open? Okay.
So where do you guys?
All right, I'll shimmy my way in first into
So you're shimmying down the tunnel this way.
yes.
Okay. Anybody else going in?
I ain't going.
You ain't going in.
Okay, I'll go in next.
You're going in. You're not going at all.
I'm about to go back to.
I
well,
say
and-
Nella, go search the other route.
If you ain't coming with us.
Yes.
Okay, and then I go to the entrance.
You going back to the entrance?
I'm gonna go back to the entrance.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
How are you gonna get out? They closing the well.
I mean, I was the only one with a candle. I don't
He doesn't
Can you
know.
heal me first before you leave?
I don't have no more healing left.
You only have one heal.
It's just you two, right?
Well, I'm level 1.
Oh.
All
Then we
right. So
level
you're
you
going
up.
back to here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Okay.
go back to see if they're already shut it or if they're not really if they already shut it, but what is going on.
All right. So you're walking this way, and you guys are going to continue inching down.
Uh-huh.
Is that correct? Okay. So you go this way.
I'm more at a distance though, since
You're
I
staying
don't
a
want
little
him to
farther
keep
back.
sneezing.
Since I'm annoyed by his
Okay.
sneezing.
All right. So, well, as you get to about here, and the candle is gone.
Oh shit.
Luckily, you both have dark vision,
Yes.
Yeah,
That's why
got
we-
rid of the.
and it actually your dark vision actually allows you to see a little bit farther than the candle would have at this point.
60 feet.
So you can see when this opens up, and it opens up. You see, you can kind of make out a wall, but you see some dark spots that you can't tell if they're side tunnels or what they are exactly. So, and you can make that out from about right here. Now, as you make it up this far and you begin to make that out, you get back to about here, and I assume you just walk straight back past this. You're not even looking that way. You're going straight here with the candle, right?
I'm gonna look out.
Okay, so
Blow it. I don't care. Okay.
What happens to those who stray from the light?
okay, so as you get right about here, so you get right about there, and looking down the hallway this direction, you see the candlelight glint off of something.
I ain't okay enough to do this. So I must stick my head out there.
Head out where? You're gonna
Back
keep
where
walking.
we originally came, where the water was.
You're gonna keep going down the hall.
I'm going in there.
So you get to here.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you make it to here, you notice that whatever it was that your candlelight glinted off of, it ain't there no more.
I figure. So I'm gonna go out there into the
So you're
water.
going out.
I'm going into the water because
So
I
you-
hear voices because they were standing by the well.
So you're hitting the ground and you're heading this way. Okay. So you head out, and it's noticeably darker than it was when y'all went down in the well. And we're gonna pause right there, guys. Actually, you've done that. You've done that. So
It's on you.
we're back to you. Now, are you complying with their commands?
Do I see that the well's boarded up already? I can't get in.
You see that it is about 2/3 covered.
I think I will just do as I'm told.
You will do as you're told. Okay. So you
Wanna see a hat trick?
Wanna see your hat trick?
Boom. Headshot.
I don't say that.
So you turn around and stand there with your hands placed behind your back. Okay. You hear
you hear a sword slide back into a sheath, and then you feel some tugging, and then you feel some rope begin to wrap around your wrists.
Ooh. Getting kind of rough there, baby.
This man ain't worth anything.
I left the. Don't worry, I left the fuzzy cups at home.
Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow.
All I know is I heard.
So as you say that, the rope gets pulled tighter around your wrist. It burns a little bit, and then they're dragging you backwards down the street.
Dang.
Just keep up. They're not even bothering to. They're not bothering with any pretense of
I
kindness.
blow
at
a
this point.
kiss to a guy standing around.
Yeah, you're not blowing kisses to anybody. Your hands are tied up behind your back. All right, so you're going. So, let's hear Jason and I'm sorry, I don't even know what the hell to call you.
Yeah,
Call me
Bigger and Meowny.
V and Meowny.
V and Meowny.
So we're to V and Meowny at this point.
I have an identity crisis. Sorry.
Yeah. So this is what you see at this point. Are you going to continue on down the tunnel?
Alright, can I go 15 feet down the tunnel and then investigate? Just smell and see.
See what you can see, smell what you can smell. Sure. So you reach this point, make an investigation check. That is a natural 20. Okay, very cool. So you make your way down and you kind of glance in and stick your head around the corner, and what you see is this cave goes that way. This. You see a tunnel that goes this way, about the same width as the one that you're in currently. Then you see this one loop around, and then you see this one turn. There. Now, what you notice in this room with that natural 20 is you see one set of footprints constantly in and out of here. The footprints go this way, they go this way, and they go this way. You see them come towards you, and you see them go away from you to all three of these side tunnels. With that natural 20, you can tell that that is a singular set of footprints. So that is a lone individual walking around. It is a lone individual that has a 3-clawed foot. That's what the footprint is, and it's obviously bipedal.
Bipedal?
Yeah, 2 feet.
Oh.
Stands upright.
So like me.
Yes,
Meow
like you. With the natural 20, you do also notice a deep furrowed drag mark that goes this way, and it's looks like the heel of 2 boots dragged.
Oh my god. I whistle to the cat and then go, pew, 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 pew. He was like,
I walk up to him.
Okay.
I say, enemy to the left.
And I say, okay, I follow you.
Okay, cool. So they've achieved that. Now, it's you.
Yeah, so I'm going to. First, I'm gonna scream, "Hey!"
That's a little scream.
I mean, I'm not gonna scream, but I'm gonna scream because I heard when they were telling him to turn around, But that's all I know. It's like, who is that? Like, who is they? They're the guards are at the well, but I don't know what they're doing. So I'm screaming, hey.
What? Who's down there?
That's not a good one to look. I'm the paladin that jumped in last. You saved my friend.
How do we know you're not the well dragon?
Look. We killed the well dragon.
You killed the well dragon.
We killed the well dragon. It's fine down here. Everyone should come.
Make a deception check.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's only 10. They're like, we ain't going.
Bullshit! You didn't kill a well dragon.
Then why am I still alive?
You're probably the well dragon impersonating one of the adventurers that jumped in. And then you hear some muttering up at the top. Yeah, I've heard about well dragons. They can do that. They can take the form of the ones they've eaten.
I don't even know what to say. What? I can't believe it's a well dragon.
You'll float too.
You'll float too. And then they'd be like, Where's my water siren friend? Because that's all I know. She's a water siren.
Your water siren friend. We've taken that one into custody.
Why?
It's complicated. Basically, disturbing the peace, inciting a riot.
Bring her to the well and let me speak to her.
It just so happens she's still standing just here. You've heard this entire conversation.
Jeremy? Is that you?
No, I'm looking like, oh my god. Yeah.
Oh my god, we have to go save him. It's Jerry.
So we have to roll for that because that's ignorance. Yeah, it's Jerry. We're down here. We're okay.
The guards start looking at each other questioningly, and you see the tips of several of their swords. Well, the three that still have swords drawn, kind of lower. They are utterly confused at what the hell is going on right now.
I try to resist and walk towards the well, as if I'm trying to jump in.
You're walking towards the well. You took one of the packs, correct? Your equipment.
Yes,
Which one?
the explorer's pack.
Okay, thank you. So you're walking, and you feel a little bit of slack go into the rope.
Jerry? Is it safe down there?
Yeah, I'm pretty banged up though from killing the water dragon. The well dragon, I mean.
I whisper to the guard. You need to board this up now. That's the water dragon.
Oh my god.
There's no way they kill that
He's
thing.
the worst.
Deception check.
What is this?
He's the worst.
10.
But you were just talking. How can you tell that that's not?
Oh, he's not using the right accent.
Not using the right accent.
Jerry, I know, is more southern.
So you see the guards. They're all kind of conversing at this point.
I know it's more southern.
So, when the well dragon that you heard about, when it consumed them, did it have a problem with the accents? It could only talk the way that it heard them speak, so I don't rightly know. This is so fucking weird. They all look at each other, this moment of clarity, and say, "Is there such thing as a well dragon?" Why do you want us to board this well up so badly?
Have you not heard of the well dragons? They take your children.
Everybody.
So, the townspeople that are still around at this point, once you say that, they begin to, with renewed vigor, collect the construction material that they had already gathered and go to with finishing blocking off the well.
I'm trying to get some help back and some help.
But wait. You give me 2 men. It's hurt pretty badly. We can go finish it off.
How do you know it's hurt badly?
Cause I was down there.
The townspeople are having nothing of this since you've said that it'll take their children. They are boarding this thing up. They finished one layer and they are cross bracing the boards. It has gotten much darker where you're sitting.
I had to try.
All right, so we're back to you two.
Meow, meow, meow,
To
meow,
V
meow.
and Meowny.
V. Alright. I must first pray to my goddess.
I thought it was a god.
Okay, so flip a coin. Alright, we're going right.
To the right?
Yes.
Your goddess Siri?
My goddess says to the right.
The Oracle.
The oracle.
All right, so you're coming out and you're heading this direction.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'm gonna hold off right here,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna say, okay, be right back, and I'm gonna run over here and check up on him.
So you're going all the way back through.
Oh, can I do
shit,
that?
I'm dead.
I mean, I'm asking.
Oh,
I just
yeah.
wanted clarity. You're going all the way back here.
Yeah, I'm gonna check up on him.
Dead.
How far are you going?
As I get to wherever, can I investigate?
Yeah, you can make an investigation check.
Okay, Siri. 10, 13.
Yeah, you don't notice anything any different than what you've already seen. You do see the tunnel turns and goes like so. And you notice that the grade of the tunnel right here begins to slope. It begins to slope down slightly.
I kind of glance around and I notice that no one's here, and I kind of remember back to my childhood where I was abandoned, and now I wallow in loneliness, and I just pray to my God, and then I just kind of go to the left.
You're going this way?
Yeah. Yeah. I want to go to the other.
Far left.
Oh, to here?
Yeah.
Are you going into the tunnel there?
Yeah.
You are? All right, how far in are you going?
Can I investigate?
Yeah, by all means.
13.
Yeah, you really don't notice anything any different. Now, are you going all the way to this bend where I've moved you to, or
Yeah.
no? Yes? You are moving all the way to that corner.
I'm risking. Yes, indeed. Life is all about making risks. Skirt. Oh, shit. Is it just...
It's a wrap.
Oh shit!
Oh,
That's a
shit.
wrap.
Boss room.
Boss door. You're. No, nigga.
By himself?
Don't do it.
You know what?
It's a ball gate.
Let me pray to my God. Okay, see.
These are ridiculous. You guys are ridiculous.
It's the fog. We ridiculous,
okay,
Mister.
so-
I ran away.
Okay, so can I ask Nella what he's
So-
doing?
Oh.
At this point, you have made it all the way back to where Nella's at.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so as you get to this point right here,
Uh-huh.
so once you get right about there, you notice the slightest trace of heat move from here, and then you hear a scurrying as it kind of jets back around that direction.
Oh.
And the extent of what you make out is a tail
My family.
that's about half as long as the lizard was,
Oh.
and completely hairless.
Oh. It's a hairless family member. I say, meow, who's there?
Not Mellow. I heard that.
Okay. So do you continue moving?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right now you're just going to here.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you move up, you don't notice any further movement.
Okay. And then now
Yeah.
meow, what happened?
Oh, cat girl. Apparently there's a well dragon that isn't down here, that we killed.
Where's the pussy? Where's the pussy who ditched us?
So she got the well boarded up,
Ah.
so we're stuck.
Okay, so if she comes down here, we
Kill
gonna
and
turn
kill,
on her.
murk.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't feel really good, and now we don't have any help coming. So
Can I give him like medicine or something? I don't have
do
any.
you have any?
No,
that's-
no.
yeah.
Never mind.
So I guess we can go back. What did you guys find?
A bigger cave
Of course it was. Of course.
with a lot of footprints.
Of course. More
But just
footprints.
one person's footprint.
Just one person.
I also saw a really long hairless tail go around the corner.
Which corner? The close corner to us, or the corner that?
The corner that we didn't go down. You didn't see something when you were.
Oh, I was
going down?
ignoring everything. I saw a lot of things. The last 4 things I saw bit me in the face, so I just left that alone. So, I think that we should all group back up as soon as possible, or die trying.
Oh, well, we need the pussy.
It's a wrap for that. We're boarded in.
Okay, so then I yell up the well to try to get them to stop. I'm like, yellow, help.
Another survivor. Please.
You hear the hammering stop momentarily.
Help.
That was adorable.
Who's that?
Help. It's Meowny. You're a neighborhood friendly cat.
Help us! We're down here.
Well, we would love to, but we're pretty sure you're the well dragon.
The hell's a whale dragon?
And it's what we killed. There's 2 well dragons now?
That green, that silver-haired lady up there, she's a trickster.
The water siren.
She told us to jump down here and then she trapped us down here. She's gonna kill you all.
Maybe she's the well dragon.
Yeah, how you know she's not the whale dragon?
On the turntable.
So, you know, make a deception check, please.
Oh, please get a high one. Please get a nat 20.
Oh
Oh my god!
no! You make one too.
Oh, I can do one too because I lied too. No, that doesn't make sense. You can't believe a little. You can't.
So,
Hey, give me that shirt.
here's the problem. So, you hear these words come up from below, and you've seen sort of a wavering in the resolve of everybody that's hammering shut the well. And then those words are uttered. And you see everybody kind of looks at you, cocks their head to the side slightly, and then they say, I'm sick of this bullshit. And then they continue hammering, and you hear the hammering resume as they continue to close off the well.
You had your chance.
So
That is what it is.
at this point, the guards, they haven't decided what to do with you. So they have tied you off to the hitching post beside what was Vi's mule, and you are basically hands bound to the horse hitching post, and there is very little that you can do.
Throw her in.
So, with that, we'll go back over here.
Oh, this escalated very
That's
quickly.
unfortunate.
So while all that's been happening, I've been praying to my goddess to tell me to leave this cave, but my goddess told me I need to head further in. So that's what I'm gonna do.
You're heading further in.
Very stealthily. I kind of like.
Okay, make a stealth check, please.
16 plus 4, 20.
Oh,
Okay.
Dang.
Invisible.
You
Now,
stealthy.
where are you going?
I'm just.
All the way
Forward?
around?
Yeah, forward. But very stealthily.
Quite stealthily.
Well, it's stealthily. You ain't
Quite
gonna get
stealthily.
seen.
Can I investigate what's in front of me?
You may make an investigation check while I draw this out.
13 plus 3, 16.
Damn.
One. Good check.
Damn, I'm over here rolling ones.
Ones
Shit.
at the most absolute worst time.
You need me for the charisma.
We almost had him.
Now, what was your investigation check?
13. Wait, no, 16.
16?
Yeah.
Okay. So, with the 16, you basically see that the clawed footprints that you had noticed earlier, they almost exclusively are just going straight into this room. You see a lot of them going into this room, but interestingly enough, you rarely see them coming out of this room.
Okay.
Now, you assume this is a room, I have to say, because, well, it's an opening in the tunnel to your right.
Can I pray to my goddess?
okay.
I'm sick of this
Up to
goddess.
here.
Heads or tails?
Go, go,
It
go.
don't look
down.
like I can tell you. It doesn't look
Alright,
like
I
you
continue
need
forward. Very
confidence.
Continue. Continue forward.
Siri said it don't look like you need confidence.
I can't make my own
That's
decisions.
hilarious.
Did it really?
No, she was like, it doesn't look like I. And then he said, stop and shut up and tell me.
So,
Oh, God.
you move down and you look in here and you see two things. You see
Is that a treasure chest?
the first signs of an actual bed that you've seen. It's made out of wood debris. You don't know where it might have come from, but it just kind of forms a frame, and down inside of that is straw and a lot of scraps of cloth that effectively make up a cover that lies over the top of the straw bedding. The other thing you see is the slightest.
He's getting a figurine. Alright, boys.
You see
We XPing. I'm gonna get level 2 and I'm gonna be OP.
NOP.
a slight tunnel.
You need
And
me for
that's
that.
He said,
Can I cast poison spray on the bed out of anger?
You cast poison spray on the bed
Yes.
out of anger.
Yes.
You cast poison spray on the bed out of anger.
he had to ask it twice. It's over with. We're dead.
Alright, and then I
No,
just
it's fine. You cast
I
it.
just turned and then I started heading back out to the
Back out.
You're heading this way?
Yeah.
Okay.
I say, fuck it, I'm not small enough.
Okay. All right, cool. So you're coming around here, right? Right.
Very stealthily, right?
Huh?
Very stealthily.
Oh.
Roll it.
Make that stealth check,
Yeah,
man.
roll it.
Ooh.
Oh, he done
Man,
careened.
that was a-
That anger done got to you, boy.
Yeah, my anger was like, nah.
His anger said, nah,
So-
today.
So you get pissed off. You throw your poison spray at this bedding, and then you turn and you start coming this way, and you're like, oh fuck, I better try to at least be semi-stealthy. And then you come around this corner, and as you do, you come face to face with this gentleman.
No.
And as soon as you come around the corner, he gets an opportunity to.
No.
Luckily for you, he rolls like shit and does not hit you. It's just a massive, quick thrust with this spear that he has. Comes shooting straight in at you, and you're like, what? And it just slightly misses. And with that, roll initiative.
Oh, God.
19.
Look at all this combat I'm missing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because you stuck to a mule pole.
That's crazy how you stuck to a mule pole. I can't do this.
Alright.
So,
21.
21. Okay. So you go first.
Alright. I cast poison spray.
You cast poison spray. Constitution save.
Yes, please.
All right. What's the damage on that?
Take 1d12 damage.
1d12.
Yeah.
All right, fire it off. That is a fail. That is 6 damage. Okay. So you unleash a poison spray.
Out of anger.
Once again, out of anger, the poison spray just
Recklessly.
you expel it from your hand. And,
Kill everything.
okay.
Everything.
Poison damage. I don't
So
know.
you spray poison into this creature's face, and it hisses at you, and you see its eyes. They kind of, even in the darkness where you can't detect color, the eyes glow red. And as the eyes are glowing red, you also notice something carved into its forehead, and it begins to glow red as well.
I'm dead, boys.
I'm dead.
And it thrusts at you again with the spear.
Oh my goodness.
What's your AC?
13.
So it thrusts the spear at you, and it hits your leather armor and just barely skirts off
Alright.
right under your arm. And with that, it misses its second attack. So
You over here.
it is your turn.
What, shimmy in the hallway? He's like,
He's shimmying everywhere.
Alright. I must.
hey, that boy praying to them gods. Well, you better recognize what's really saving him.
Yes, my goddess. Alright, you know what? I'll cast poison spray again.
Okay. And that's Constitution, right?
Yes.
Spell save DC is 13. God damn it. All right, roll them again.
It is 12.
That's 12.
Man, come on,
Damn it.
bro. How you miss that much in a hall?
So
little.
it seems like this time he's prepared for it because you let fly with the poison, and he sort of gets to the side of it and just catches the outside of the spray. So it takes a substantial amount less damage, but you can see the poison starting to take its toll.
Am I in melee range?
You are in melee range.
Murderous
Oh, you ran right up to him.
Murderous intent.
You ran right up to him.
That's why he been
So
meleeing
you got anything else you want to do before it's his turn?
Nah, I was gonna
All right.
run away, but
So
XCOM
So as that goes, as that poison sprays into his face again, he darts forward with another spear thrust. Motherfucker!
That boy got the shimmy on lock.
Damn.
The shimmy is on lock.
All right. So once again, he thrusts forward with his spear and misses you.
Whoa.
And
The shimmy is
you can
on
see the
lock.
anger's really starting to set in on this little guy. And he kind of chirps some angry words at you that you don't understand,
Vicious
but you
mockery.
can you can tell that they're not nice.
I start speaking Elvish and curse about how he's a simpleton who can never hit for his life, and that's why he's down in this damn fucking hole.
Damn.
That's why
It's your turn.
That's why you live.
Alright, 3rd time's a charm, I cast poison spray and I start chanting very angrily.
That's why you live.
Saved.
Oh, you
I
gotta
mean,
run.
I shouldn't be excited
Yeah,
about that.
come on.
I'm sorry. So you throw the poison spray at him, and at this point, he's expecting
ready.
the poison
He's like,
spray
"Stop
now.
doing
So
that."
he ducks down below it and comes at you once again with a spear thrust. There we go.
Yeah.
Man,
It's gonna hurt.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
I'm dead.
That is 4 points of damage.
Oh,
What the fuck?
You're not dead.
No?
I'm
He
dead.
ain't dead. He gonna wanna be dead. Well, 1 HP when we get
know
him, he gonna hope he was dead.
All right, so he thrusts forward, and this one catches you.
Caught him.
Catches you pretty solid, right in the gut.
Oh man,
And-
the goddess told me left, and I went left.
And with that, it's your turn again.
Oh fuck.
Why
You know
does
what?
he have to do this whole fight? Okay.
I feel the beam
That
of
boy get this
crackling
Kamehameha
energy
ready.
streaks across my palms. I cast Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
Damn. Fight until the end.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't run away. He has an opportunity attack.
Yeah.
15
Ooh.
plus 5.
That absolutely hits.
Yeah.
And go ahead and roll damage.
I should have been rolling Eldritch Blast this whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a warlock.
7. Are you dead? Are you dead? Are you dead yet? Are you dead yet?
He'd be like, fucking die. Fucking die.
So you reach back, and once again you pull the Eldritch energy into a ball and just let it fly. And it strikes the creature squarely in the chest, and you see the Eldritch energy as it hits it. It begins to crawl all up its neck and across its head and then down its body. And it seems to constrict almost, and you can see him shaking, trying to fight it off, and then he collapses into a pile,
Look at you.
dead
Nice.
at your
Solo
feet.
leveling.
1
Alright, can I loot it?
Absolutely.
Alright.
Investigation.
That was good.
What's that?
Good fight.
Yeah.
Something.
I mean,
16.
Okay, so on the creature, you find several things.
Yes.
You find a spear that, while the wooden haft of it is rough, it's very crude. The tip itself is of interestingly fine craftsmanship. You would expect to see something rusty, chipped, but this is actually really nicely made spear. At least the metalwork on the tip is quite nicely made, as it has. It's not your standard spear head where it just goes in. It's actually got a prong type effect on the back side of it. It looks like it could do some pretty serious damage if it were to actually make contact. The other thing that you find is a small pouch. And you can tell that the pouch and the belt that it's attached to belong to something substantially larger than this creature, because the belt is actually wrapped around its waist twice and then tied off. And hanging down from the belt, there's an interestingly ornate belt buckle. It's a brass buckle, but it's actually chased with silver engravings.
There you go.
And
There go your belt.
the third thing that you find that's interesting is the carving in the creature's head. The carving in its forehead is something that is let's see. Yeah, it's a strange carving. You're not sure what to make of it at first glance.
Can I use my sickle and carve that carving off its skin
Out of its head.
scalp him.
If
Right
you
out.
would like to
and use it?
scalp this creature,
Yes, I would like to
I
scalp
am
it.
so disturbed right now.
It almost killed me.
Oh no, yeah, he don't
I
care
am
about none of
bleeding.
that. He like, yeah, man, that's crazy how your forehead
I'm gritting.
look like money.
I'm carving it
yeah.
and using it as a
Proof of well
component
dragon.
from future spells.
You know what? Make a
Oh, I don't have any strength, so
make a sleight of hand check.
Oh shit.
Okay, look at you.
15 plus
Yep.
2
Okay, so you were able to carve the piece of
scalp.
kind of scaly skin away from it, and Yeah, you've got a piece of scaly skin with strange carving.
It's gonna go in my witch's brew.
Hmm.
Alright.
Okay.
It's crazy.
Can I end my turn by going back into that small room and set up camp?
You want to go into this room and set up camp?
Yes.
Okay. So are you gonna lie in the pile of
bed,
bedding or anything?
No, I
That you
am going
poisoned?
to have my 1 day worth of rations, and I'm going to make a campfire and lie down.
In a cave?
Okay. I'll allow it.
Okay.
Okay, so you're gonna take what, like a short rest?
Yeah, short rest.
Okay, so for a short rest, you can roll 1d8
Oh.
to recover hit points,
Oh.
and yeah. Okay, so you get 2 hit points back, and with that, you are
Stuck. in
Clear.
that, Yeah.
so. Let's go back to you two.
Me and Annie.
Meowny.
Me and Meowny.
Meowny and Nella are at the bottom of the
What's
well.
your character name?
You've heard some interesting combat sounds going on from.
We heard angry screams.
You know what? No, you really wouldn't have heard those.
Oh yeah, because it ain't.
I mean, it just loops all the way around. Yeah, no, you wouldn't have heard anything.
Yeah.
So you guys are just standing there at the bottom of the well.
It's
We're about to
chilling.
go back. We're going back. We're about to Naruto run back to where this guy was.
You're gonna run back to him.
We got some. We got it.
You going to do that?
We got to.
But
We're
then
dead.
what about the pussy up there?
That's over with for us. We're dead. They locked it in. You didn't hear it? They went boop 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 and it was like, bye. You're dead now.
You don't want to try yelling one more time?
I want to go back. I just want to go back. We locked in.
But there was something scaly over. I mean,
But you
scaly.
ain't
There's
tell
something
me that
hairless over
yet.
there. No, I told you there was
You
something
did say
hairless.
that was. You said that I see it, and I said, nah, I'm gonna go home. But we still gotta. We gotta take the Zell.
Hmm?
We gotta take the Zell.
Take what L?
We gotta get back to him.
To who? To V?
We don't know. We don't know what happened.
Okay, let's go back to him then.
Let's Naruto run. We have to Naruto.
Naruto. Are we able to Naruto run all the way back to this cave?
Absolutely.
Okay, so we're gonna Naruto run. So we went this way.
Your Naruto run actually ends once you get to here,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
because you're squirming your way through a half-wide tunnel all the way across it. That's perfectly fine.
Okay.
All the way to here.
Okay.
Boom, you're through to here.
And then we're looking around because
Because we didn't know which way he
we
went.
don't have
Yeah.
a clue where he is. So, is there anything
We
else in that tunnel waiting?
You
to
can give me an
destroy us?
investigation check if you'd like.
Oh, okay.
yeah, we
You
just-
want to? Wait, who's this high?
I mean, I don't care. I'm gonna just roll it.
There's that roll. So here's what you notice. You notice his boot prints go this way, and then they come back up this way and around. You also notice that there is a more recent disturbance coming out of this tunnel of the clawed feet, and then they go this direction, but they never come back out.
Right.
That is what you see.
Oh, so then let's go to the right.
You going to the right?
I'll go to the left.
Okay.
Hell.
Because that's what I'm looking
So you're
for
going
the
this
team-
way,
I'm
you're
looking
going
for
this
the
way, and you're
teammate.
going that way?
I'm looking for the teammate, not the thing that killed us. We're gonna die. I'm trying to avoid cops.
So is that what we're doing?
I'm following the teammate footprints. She's
Okay, so
following.
you're going this way.
Yeah.
And are you going this way?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so you're coming this way and you've come across this dead, scaly thing with a piece of its forehead actually carved out of it.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
It's fucked up.
And you
I'm going around all the way.
and you both begin to see a glow,
Yeah.
Oh.
and you both also begin to realize that there is a substantial amount of smoke that's beginning to build up along the ceiling
Oh.
Oh,
of
yeah.
this kind of this relatively low cave system,
Yeah.
and it's building up pretty quickly.
Right. So
I'm like meow long.
You keep
I'm like,
moving,
We're
or
there.
you
Yeah,
keep,
we're gonna step
towards
over that little
we're moving
object
towards the
there.
light. Like, yo, where you
And
at?
I'm like, yo, what the hell is this?
all right. So you get over. So you get over here and you find this room, and there's a small campfire in it, and V is asleep next to the campfire, and this room is probably about a third full of smoke at this point.
Oh, can we like let it out?
Yeah, we got it. We got
What do you mean let
I
it out?
wake up.
How do
and I
we
say,
let it out?
We have to stop
Hello,
the fire.
cowards.
All right.
Howard.
Hello.
How do we
cowards.
let it? How do we turn it
We just
off?
gotta
Turn it
stop
off.
We gotta
Just
What do we
stone
turn
the
it off
fire.
with?
So you're just gonna
We
throw
gotta-
dirt on it?
Yeah, we gotta do
Yeah,
something.
we just
to
gotta
stand.
throw dirt on it.
Some dirt on it.
Okay, fair enough.
And then we're like, yo, you was
You,
finna
you
kill
cover the
yourself.
flames with dirt, and
Yeah.
they go out pretty quickly.
Oh, okay.
We're like, you were finna kill yourself.
Nah.
Now,
I
I'm a
just say meow.
survivor, coward. You have nothing to say.
I went to go get
And then-
help.
and then
You
I tell
didn't
him-
know what I did. I
Okay.
said I was going to. You told me to go check a whole nother cave, and I said okay. You don't know what I actually did.
And I
But
said
You
I'm
both
back.
ran away. So
No, okay, so then
assuming
we
you're
tell
together.
him the dirt of what happened with the
Yeah.
with
you
what.
don't need to make it.
The siren is the problem.
I just am using that one.
Oh.
Oh,
The
so are
siren
we?
is the issue. You can't say I'm a
Siren?
coward.
Is that a si- is that a siren?
That's metagaming, bro.
Not a siren.
Okay, so we tell
I'm calling you the siren.
We tell
because-
V
because you
about
always try
the
to trick
traitor.
people.
and then
I watched what you did.
and we're like super mad at the traitor.
You just felt up a guard
You don't know what I did?
trying to eat. I watched you.
How you watch him when you're down at the?
No, I'm talking about when we were at the top and I was
Oh.
standing there
Oh.
trying to figure out, oh, what's he going to figure out? He was like,
What?
filling on the guard. I watched him jump in. I watched all of that. Or her.
Well, anyways, we
Since
tell.
we're trapped there, can you just take turns watching each other while we take a nap?
Okay.
We can do a short rest.
Okay.
But before we do that, what were you about to say?
Oh, I just said we just filled him in on. what we,
Yeah, so
on
now
the
you know
situation
that we're
here.
locked down here. And I'm gonna just hit
I'm
the
gonna
divine sense one time to
sleep
make sure
for
I
8
don't
hours.
feel anything in the area.
Okay. What's the range on that? 60
I
feet?
forgot. Yeah, I think it's 60.
I think it's 60 feet.
I'm gonna sleep for 8 hours.
So I'll watch while you two sleep.
I need to make certain that that is the actual range on it.
It is the range.
It is divine sense.
What are you up to?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
He
figure
has
out-
some sneaky plan. I
I'm
feel
trying
like.
to figure out what the
Yeah,
heck is
60
going on.
feet.
I know what he's gonna do.
Man, he already tried to
I already
kill
fucking
us.
know.
I don't have time.
I know this type of player.
Yeah, I know this type of player too. That's why I asked a long time ago. I was like, "So what's your alignment?" 'Cause
Have you
I
figured out
didn't
your
feel really
alignment yet?
comfortable with it.
I know
didn't-
exactly what's gonna
I
happen.
didn't.
What
feel
is your
comfortable
charisma
with the
modifier?
whole- Who am I? +2. Yeah, I asked that a long time ago. I picked up on you. I wish I had known you was evil before though.
So
That's why I asked.
there is.
I was gonna call you a water demon.
There's
No,
no
what's the difference there?
Equipment. Board feet are sponges.
So you notice the presence of strong evil.
I knew it. I would. That's why I did it.
Is it me?
Right.
You only appear
And-
with time bow.
It is emanating from the half elf, who is lying down in the cave with you.
That's what we.
It is a sense of overwhelmingly pure evil. And it's coming from
It's coming from the half elf. I
it's
get it.
coming from the half elf.
So I'm like, hey, did something happen while we were gone?
Yeah. I killed a lizard, scalped it. Here's proof.
And then I go, what the?
So
Eva.
first and foremost,
Yeah.
you hold that up and show it to Nella.
Yeah.
Okay. First, give me a religion check.
None of that. 12 plus -1, so 11. Yeah. Because my intelligence is low.
You're a paladin.
Okay.
Unfortunate.
So
Not a
you-
priest.
You look at that and you don't know what it is, but you know it
it's
ain't
evil.
good.
Yeah, you're like, oh.
Now,
That
the
ain't
second thing, make a wisdom saving throw.
13 plus. Oh, is it +1? I forgot to put these in.
Yeah.
And then it's proficient, so how'd that work? Is it 13 plus 1 plus proficiency? I forgot. Is that plus 2?
It's 13 plus, yeah, if it's your proficiency,
Yeah.
yes, 13 plus 2, and then plus your wisdom modifier.
So yeah, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 16.
16. Okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah. I was gonna kill y'all. Don't you
So-
You guys are not a party, eh?
Well, yeah.
So,
We hate each
as
other,
you
dude.
look at this thing, this carving, it is, you begin to be kind of drawn into it. And it's almost as if the evil is attacking your piety. The fact that you're a paladin offends it. And by saying it offends it, you come to the realization quite quickly that there's something sentient, if not about the piece of skin, about the etchings in that. And as you look at it, you notice that it is an eye inside of an eye inside of an eye inside of an eye. It's like looking at yourself in a mirror with a mirror behind you, and it looks like there are just miles of you looking into a mirror. And then you shake it off, and you're able to avoid the deep, dark rabbit hole that it was trying to draw you down.
Yeah. So I convey that.
Yeah,
Convey that to my team in the way of saying, "Hey, that's evil as hell." You probably don't want to hold on to that.
But you don't understand. I'm Lord V. I'm a warlock. I follow the path of evil. So I must keep this in my component pouch and use it for a future evil plan. An evil spell.
So I was sitting behind him the whole time and like watching what was happening. So I caught a glimpse of the little carving thing, and I'm just sitting there staring at it.
And you're staring at it.
She's staring.
Okay, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Goodbye.
Goodbye,
Can I go back to sleep? I'm trying to get my HP back.
11 plus wisdom?
Mhm.
Where's my wisdom?
Plus 2.
Oh,
13.
13.
Okay,
Oh.
so
No, she can.
so let's see here. You're behind
She's
Nella.
behind me.
So as you're kind of showing this to Nella, and you see him kind of shake something off there, you see Meowny behind Nella, and while he seems to shake whatever is going on with that carving, Meowny does not. Meowny begins to, her eyes glaze over, and a thin trickle of blood begins to run out of her nose, and then out of her ear. And go ahead and take 5 points of damage.
Ooh!
My God.
What
And
the?
you are
Like, what?
stunned and incapacitated for
For a minute. I can.
for the time being.
Okay.
Can I do I mean, I got.
Can I
I'm
take a
paladin,
long
so I know I
rest
can,
while they're doing all this? Like,
wow.
I just put my thing in my bag and I take a long
I'm
rest.
gonna go to sleep while they're there. I mean,
Huh?
I'm chilling, but
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
hold
damn.
on to it.
I'm just sitting there.
You gotta hold on to that for a second.
Okay, what about this fool?
So you guys are dealing with that mess down there. You are still tied off to a hitching post
Flog her.
up top
Slap her.
outside
What
of the
Longer. I
store.
just realized what you're saying.
As the townspeople finish putting the fourth and final layer of boards across the top of the well.
Is there anyone watching me?
The guards watched you for a period of time. At this point, they're kind of off to the side. They're pretty comfortable with the fact that you're tied off and you're not attempting to flee at this point.
Am I tied to where I have to be standing up?
No, I mean you're on your knees.
Oh, okay. Can I act like I faint and make a big thud?
Certainly. Give me a performance
Yup,
check.
I was like, that's it. Performing.
What is performance?
Charisma.
16.
16.
Hey, use an actor. No, I'm just-
Oh,
So-
damn.
You fall over and thud on the ground, and you feel like this is the performance of a lifetime because you have done some bullshit things, even in the last 4 or 5 hours. Never mind leading up to now, and you are just confident that this is like the pinnacle of your of your showmanship, and nothing happens.
Damn it. I open my eyes and look around. Did anyone see me?
The guards don't even notice that you've fallen over.
Is there anyone passing by that I can talk to?
Oh yeah, there are a number of townspeople that are still gathered in the square. They're all discussing the attributes of well dragons and how much treasure a well dragon might have, and what heroes might be coming to slay the well dragon. It's been mentioned a number of times as you sit and listen that the Emperor already has a detachment of troops on the way to deal with the well dragon. You hear just countless different stories that the well dragon was actually in the well before the town was founded 5 years earlier. And then you hear contradictions to that the well dragon actually slid into the well in the middle of the night on the last new moon when nobody could see, and that it entered through the shadows and took up residence at that point, which is why they had not seen it or been impacted by it until now. You hear the well dragon being blamed for all the ills that have befallen the town, from bad crops to sick animals, to just the most random things being attributed to the well dragon.
I would like to perform a loud gasp. A very loud, like,
a champion level cast.
Make a performance
I'm
check.
sick of this dude.
God damn it. That's a 9.
Oh yeah.
So you let out this deep gasp, and several townspeople around they glance over at you to see what the commotion is, and they kind of cock their head sideways.
Where am I? Why am I tied up? What's going on?
Well, we don't know actually. You've been tied up here for well, since we got here a few minutes ago.
Do me a favor. Go fetch the guards. I have an urgent message.
Make a perception check.
4.
Wow.
Yeah. So in this massive, in this large crowd of people, you really can't find the guards. You're not sure where they're at. You guys are taking a short rest.
Oh, we good.
Nah.
This is an urgent matter.
Can I take
Somebody
a
free
second
me.
short rest?
Well, you were 5 minutes into a short rest when they came in.
Because we ran straight to
Man.
Yeah, you ain't nowhere near done.
Can I take a long rest?
You want to make it a long rest?
This is urgent. Somebody free me.
That's a long time. You sure you want to go long rest?
No one's. Nothing.
Nobody's biting.
okay. What can I
That's 3
do?
AP.
Yeah, actually, it literally does that.
Do I have access to my explorer's pack?
So you
Or are my hands too tied up?
Your hands are tied up pretty tightly behind your back. You feel like It would take a lot of work to loosen the bonds, but you think that you could probably do it.
Okay. I would like to start reaching for my pack, but at the same time scream on top of the wall. Guards! Guards!
What is happening?
That's
I'm living a life right now.
Nothing.
There is no response to the call of guards other than to elicit some strange looks from some of the townspeople.
Yeah, you're loading now.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna get free.
Better struggle. Oh yeah, we'll for you.
Alright.
For life.
Can I reach my tinderbox?
With your hands bound the way they are and your pack across your back, you really can't.
Alright, I would like to force my arms apart and rip the rope.
Okay.
You want to try to break the rope.
Yes.
Okay.
Risk him break. Break his wrist.
Wow. Okay, let's make an athletics check.
That's 15.
Okay. You're not weak by any stretch of the imagination. You know, you're a quite a sturdy Genasi, and you flex your wrists and arms. You just give everything you've got, and just and the ropes don't budge.
What do I do?
Not betray people.
Is the pole untied to wooden?
It is. It is a wooden hitching post.
Alright.
About
I would
that
like to rub the rope up and down the pole, try to cut through.
That's not a bad idea.
Why don't you
Okay.
just take the wood pole off the floor?
Okay.
What?
It ain't the floor, it's the ground.
Okay, the ground.
And the ground big.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
Please.
Not Tony.
Oh no, that's a 5.
So you begin to try to rub the rope across the hitching post, and just for whatever reason you don't feel like you're getting the correct amount of friction to actually burn through the rope. You think it's what is that total?
5.
5. Okay.
The message, yeah.
I'm stuck.
He said, "Oh yeah, no worry about it. You won't be moving no time.
I'm stuck.
You might need to make a short rest."
Oh no.
Cause you did. No, I'm joking.
No, we did. What you talking about?
We not dead. You hurt, but I can heal that.
Can I reach my dart?
Your dart. Dart's probably going to be in your pack. I'm going to lean towards, with your hands being tied behind your back the way they are, probably not.
Alright. I would like to look around.
Make a perception check.
God. 20.
Natural 20. Okay, so a couple of things. The first thing that you notice is that the guards are gone. They are nowhere to be seen. They have left you tied off.
Let me tied.
Second thing you notice, the townspeople that boarded up the well are now bickering about what they're going to do for water. They realize all of a sudden that they have no access to clean water because the nearest river is about a half a day's walk from the town. The third thing you notice, and probably the most interesting, is that there is a dark-clad, middle-aged human that's kind of watching you from the shadows to the side of the fat pig. And he's not making any movements towards you. He's been eyeing you pretty much the entire time he's been eyeing you since you've noticed him, and when you do notice him, he does not break your gaze.
I wink at him.
He just continues to stare at you. It's just a flat stare.
I go, psst, 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 come here.
So, for clarification, you're on one side of the square, and he's on the other side of the square. So he's not going to hear a psst, psst, psst.
Oh no.
Just say, come here.
Okay.
Everyone's ignoring me anyway.
I would like to seductively dance on the pole
What is
to
happening?
the best of my abilities.
Roll for that. I need that to be something
Performance
crazy.
check.
I want that performance, dexterity, deception. That's all wrong.
Roll performance, and it better be fucking good.
All right. That's a 19.
Oh wow, he done turned on Mr. Ironclad.
So you manage to pull yourself to a standing position, and you begin to
Twerk.
Oh my god.
Twerk on the pole.
Twerk
Not
on the pole.
you begin to dance around the pole. You are tied off extremely tightly to the pole. So the extent of how seductive you can be is extremely limited. The reaction that you get from the townspeople in general is one of raucous appreciation. The dark-clad gentleman who is continuing to stare at you, however, is not impressed as the townsfolk begin to shower you with copper pieces.
Wait, I'm tied down.
You gave money. Is that what you wanted?
I look for the oldest guy
Oh.
in the crowd that's
The oldest guy?
throwing money at me.
Okay. The oldest guy, he's a worker, and he's sweaty. He's balding, he's got the friar's hairline.
Yeah.
He's struggling. But he's certainly appreciative of the dance.
I like point at him with my lips like this,
Oh.
like that.
Oh, okay.
and then like do my head like
cocked
this
eyebrow
to
and then-
like make him come over here.
Make a persuasion check.
God.
Roll it. That's so ridiculous.
That's a 19.
That's ridiculous.
That's a 19. So he comes cruising over. He's sucks in his gut, squares his shoulders up. He comes cruising over to you.
I say, "Come here, big boy."
Why are you tied to the hitching post?
Never mind that. And I start to whisper in his ear, "You ever been with the water genasi?"
I heard y'all always wet.
Really trying to such mature content.
So back into the back to the cave.
Should we wrap up?
You guys are awful.
I know we not.
Alright.
So back to the cave.
We should end it there.
Yeah. So with that, I think that's actually a great plan to go ahead and wrap there, and we'll finish this up
cannot breathe.
Sunday.
next Sunday because holy hell,
Yeah,
I'm uncomfortable
this is
right
gonna
now.
be super uncomfortable. I
Wow,
love it.
that was some shit.
It was great.
That
I
was
am
crazy.
glad that this airs after 9 p.m.
Yeah.
How much XP did I
It
get?
is 11:05.
Oh yeah,
So
what?
this is a reasonable wrap time because we did plan to play for about 3 hours.
Come
so
on.
thank you guys very much.
That's wild about y'all.
Cool.
Thank you guys very much for playing. Thank you guys very much for watching. If not live on VOD, and we'll be back next Sunday for more chair squirming uncomfortableness as David continues to try to seduce his way out of the shit show he's putting himself into.
That's actually
While Nella, Jason, and Meowny
Meow.
figure out how to escape the deep, dark recesses of the caverns located inside the well. With that, thank you very much, and see you next Sunday.
XP me.
Lit.
XP me.